welcome. Oh, welcome
Hey.
to Faerun
Ooh, back in Faerun, yes.
and the beginning of time. What the fuck, Dio? How dare you?
The fuck? Oh, I'm so sorry. Whoops.
Anywho,
I was doing the wrong import.
we come to the beginning of the Spell Age, and a long time of prosperity and time of magic, where the gods held ultimate power, and then a small war persisted between the gods and mortals, with an understanding being known, and the gods deciding to step down and join mortals amongst man. As soon as that happened, many gods were annexed and rightfully killed for actions that they have decided to place upon themselves, and then later created the Sea of Falling Stars out somewhere within the depths of the oceans. After that point, a new mistress of magic was chosen, and she annexed most spells for a time known as the Spell Plague, a very mournful time. A lot of lives were lost. And after that moment, new efforts of magic were sought. And in Eberron, a land far east of Faerun, they sought more technology and more mindful advancements rather than relying on praying to some deity to save you. And they brought that advancement to Faerun with a fleet of airships leading from Waterdeep down to Baldur's Gate. And after that moment, there was a new age and almost an expansion of thought and mind within Faerun. And that is where our story begins. We start off betwixt Silvery Moon and Sundark, or Sundabar, up south of the Many Arrow Kingdom, where a young orphan lay in the midst of the mud, crying out for help. A young orphan with just barely tipped horns and embering off of them. No ordinary child, but one of trying to find the fucking dude. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? It's Dio. It's Dio's character.
Are you trying to say their name?
Yeah, I'm searching. Either fucking favorite.
Do you need help?
Yes, I'm having a stroke.
You could just say Akaku.
Akaku. Yeah,
Yeah, or
I guess I couldn't
Akahada.
even. I wouldn't even try to fucking say that because
How you said cock.
God
damn it.
Akaku.
Traven, god damn it.
That's Japanese for red, you imbecile.
I still heard the word cock, so
This
let's move on.
small red child was picking up by no less but one of the gods who became mortal, a god named Yato, who would name this child Akira? Akira?
Akahada.
Akaihada. Thank you.
There you go.
It is going to be Akaku from here on forth. But he named
There's your
you he named you that as he was your founding father. He also gathered other children, just be that fortune of good luck, and that was who he was. He was a god of good luck within Silvery Moon. This area is housed with many different lives and people who live throughout it. You are never not around a different race than your own, whether it be human or monstrous in nature, minotaur, full orc, half orc, what have you. This was a land of immense secrets and a society that prided themselves on that secret. So you actually may give yourself proficiency within history if you don't already have it.
I will do that. Proficient. Done.
Perfect.
Wait, what was the reasoning for it again? Or what
Is
would I write
because
for reasoning?
it during your time in Silvery Moon, you most likely would have spent some time within the secrets of the library, so you would have some
Okay.
knowledge of history.
Got it. Done.
That's what I need. During your time within Silvery Moon, there was another god, the god Shar, goddess of darkness and loss.
Mm-hmm.
I take it you would spend a lot of time going there, as would be your nature within yourself to know of some sort of darkness within you. As you look like a tiefling, but you definitely get the feeling that you are not a tiefling. No tiefling has little embery bits coming off of their horns or anything else like that. I don't know what else what fucking half demon or half Oni would have, so that's as far as I'm going, unless you would like to describe anything else.
I mean, other than the fact that they have embery shit coming out of their horns, nothing really, man.
No,
They're,
all right,
they're definitely different from tiefling.
fair enough. Ah, during your time with Shar, why I'm I'm at a loss. Ironic that she is the god of loss. For what reason I do not know. Only you can say. Later in life, you would end up asking favor from her as well.
Indeed, I would. Um, in fact, I would believe that there was a certain type of feeling inside inside me that caused me to feel a draw towards Shar to begin with, which is why I decided to um, ask for favor. Um, but as a result, of course, that did not turn out well.
Uh, let us let me start rolling the dice. As I mainly wanted to hear you say it, but now it gets to the fun bit. She asks you when you ask for a favor. She asks, "Fair. I will ask you of a simple task, and then I will fulfill your favor. What favor do you ask?"
Uh, shit.
Got
This
ya.
is so
I
freeform. I hate
got ya.
you. You did
Got
get
ya,
me
bitch.
because I
Anyway,
did not.
get ready, Vic.
Okay.
Get ready.
Uh,
Anything you
why
want.
you gotta stump me like that, man?
It, anything. Anything that you
Um,
feel that a, a Akai, I'm fucking retarded.
Cock.
A cock, Akaku. Thank you.
A-hole solider.
A whole salt.
red person. You can just say that. Red.
Just call her Red for
I
short.
can't.
Yeah. Or
Just call her red, dude. Just call her red.
Fair. Akaku. Akaku.
Um,
Akaku. Akaku is my mouth.
she would like to, and with this, she would respond. I would like to learn more about this world. I would like to gain more knowledge and perhaps maybe see through the lens that you see.
Interesting. Uh, Fair. For such a request as that, I require such a big task from you. I believe you are the adopted daughter of a certain Yato within town, if I am correct.
That is correct. Yes.
Your father has a blade that is betwixt to you upon your rightful day. Bring the blade to me, and I will rightfully grant you a favor. Ooh.
As you wish.
And so you go back home, dead of night, bring the blade that is rightfully yours upon the day you are old enough. You're still about pre-teens, getting up to 15-ish, how in half Oni years. Mm. Anyway,
Yeah.
semantics. You bring it back to Shar. And she examines the blade. You know, your father built this with his own two hands. And he says it was pure luck that the blade was as perfect as he is. And she holds it out and balances it on a single finger. And it is perfectly level with her balance. And then she drops it. And the blade looks like it cuts through her hand. But she catches it. And the hand is fine. It is said the user will never injure themselves. And as she turns, places it on the table, hold up your chin, child, for your favor will indeed be granted.
Right. And
And
she'll do as such.
as she lifts up your head, her long nails caress your chin, lift it up, and she doesn't pluck your eyes, but takes her index finger and pokes your pupil. As that
Ugh, me
happens,
fucked up.
darkness shrouds your left eye, and then suddenly, light is brought again. I want you to put the left eye of Sar on your character sheet. It doesn't appear to have any adverse effects. You can't see any differently currently. But I will say there is a thinness within, almost like a veil that shimmers within your sight almost at all times from this point on.
Okay. I actually
This-
can't find it.
This is not an item.
It's a
This
custom
is,
item. You have to make
yes.
it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just put it in the notes or something. It's not really anything like, but it is a
Oh,
part
okay,
of you.
okay, that's what it is. Okay, sure.
We will get more into this as we move on to Vic. Just in a few moments, because really that's where your life begins. She then takes the blade, forms it, and then duplicates it. So there is a second one, but shrouded in pure darkness. Attaches them to a chain, and then hands them to you.
And with that, she'll take both of them in her hands and sort of just look at them, hold them in her hands, and sort of examine them, see the different colors on both the blades, looking at the one her father made and looking at the one that Shar created, and then sheathes them.
Large katanas. The one that Yato made has a large heron that goes up the side of the blade. And it is a very well made katana. And the other one looks almost the exact same, but you can see that veil of darkness that shimmers across the blade. So that is the only recognizable difference, unless you look
Okay.
really close. Sorry.
Yep.
Had
Just to double
fun with
check. Just to double check, you said left eye is Shar, right?
Left eye of Shar.
Okay, cool. Got it.
And from that point on, with the left eye of Shar, you would actually see within the town creatures looming over other people. And from that point, I don't know how you would do it, but you would then break your oath. Whatever oath that you had with Shar in the past, over time, you would end up breaking it. I would I'm trying to do it so you can get to bedtime, Mahomes.
No worries.
I care about it. Sleep.
I was gonna say that we could just say that the reason why is because after a while, seeing all these beasts through this left eye, right, caused some type of like she couldn't stand it no longer and was like,
Mhm.
man, I hate this, and I need to break this oath with Shar as this is not benefiting me.
Okay. You will keep the left eye Shar, but
Yeah, obviously,
yeah.
but
I'm just yeah. Anyway, as you break your oath, the left eye begins to go from this shrouded black color into pure red, as it keeps your pupil, your eye color the same, but the I forget what the fucking white part is. That shit in there. That turns red.
Is
Pure
it the
bloodshot.
sclera?
Is that what it is?
The sclera
I-
is the white part, yes.
The sclera, then. Thank God for Shay and smart people.
So sclera's bloodshot red along with the red pupil.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. I'm confirming, brother.
Yes. Yes. If that was
Okay.
your eye color, then it would stay red. Look at that.
Okay, cool.
And as you, Shar and even Yato recommend you should just leave Silvery Moon for a bit. And that would basically push your character forward into the life of moving from town to town. You still were able to faintly see and connect your paladin side of things. Basically could see the aberrations and the celestials that lingered within the mortal plane. You would eventually make a living off this, of course.
Right.
I want to cut really quick, as
Yep.
you are now a traveler. We will cut a few years forward to Vince,
Mhm.
who was found within Amnafale, just above Waterdeep.
Let me. Unveil.
Amnafale. Potato. Getting grotto.
Oh.
Potato.
Just to correct, the eyes are actually golden. Sorry, I just looked at my sheet.
Oh, you're all good.
Like
So,
the
yeah,
pupils.
Yeah, gold pupil. Interesting. So yes, Umfal. This is a large farming town. It is like owned by 5 different families, each one of them owning large acre of land and a windmill between it all. You were found just on the cusp of it, just next to the Feywilds, as just a satyr, and you've basically grown up a part of the farm life for as long as you could possibly remember. Your
I sent you my
adop-
backstory, didn't I?
I didn't get a backstory. I think I got a little bit of backstory. I think so. Maybe.
May I narrate my backstory?
You
As long as
may.
it takes me to Amphail?
There's a little bit. There's a little bit. I don't know what specifics you would have, but go ahead and narrate.
How I was
now.
taken from the Feywild.
You were
is what I wanted to
taken.
explain. Oh yes.
Taken.
like the movie.
Alerted shit the DM don't
Okay.
even know.
I will leave that. Is okay. Go
If
ahead
you
and
want,
narrate.
we can skip over that.
No,
and
no,
I
no,
can
no, no.
clear it with you.
I want to work it. I want to work with you, and what's speed now?
All right.
God, now. So you were. I dig it. You were taken. I'm gonna go back to when you were taken. It was your birth. It was a large celebration. You of course first coming out. Apparently you were. I don't want to say much because now stuff's coming up and it ruins it.
How about
Fuck,
how,
damn it.
how about you? How about you let me narrate and you veto what you need to veto, and we'll change it.
You
We'll do
narrate.
it live.
You narrate.
Alrighty.
Go.
So, I began life as any satyr would, deep in the Feywilds, among other creatures such as sprites, fairies, dryads, naiads, sylphs, and the like. A few years into my childhood, I ended up wandering a little too far towards the edge of the Feywild. And unfortunately, there happened to be members of a human circus nearby. They were looking for freaks for their freak show.
I gotta stop with
Okay.
freak show because like that. Yeah, it's a full like it's cool Faerun. We're cool. We're
Okay,
cool.
so we're
with
not.
most
So
everything.
we're okay.
Yeah, because it's funny.
None of that.
Bender and Nags both. I think it was Bender's perspective, but he was like, "Oh yeah, he's a slave. You're just like a kid out in the field helping out the farm, and like I play. Yeah, but
Can confirm
How about
it was
this? How about,
ours.
I don't remember why I was removed from the Feywild. Only that conditions were adverse, and the family that I ended up with in Emphale uh, ended up taking me away from these adverse conditions. We can define those later.
yeah, I totally dig it.
And I have
So
grown
you
up
have
basically from maybe age 5 on with a human family.
I take it. Early life when the Feywild, you knew some sort of child wonderment, and then you were taken away from it very early on, and then you were given a more, I imagine, just a more stable farm life. Get up, go out, do the chores, come back, eat some food.
You know
Um,
what? It
if
wasn't
you
you. I
wish.
sent my backstory to. It was fucking Dio.
Lamau.
Send it to me, and then we'll go over it and
It
go
was a
over
big long
details.
DMs
discussion.
are so long, bro.
I know.
Alrighty. So your adopted fathers were Mick von Binny of the Benny farm, and then Nikana.
Okay.
I will type. I am typing. What are you typing? I am typing. Anyway, yes, they're a very decent farm. They're not like the biggest on Folly, but it is still a very nicely sized. And you spent most of your time, helping them out, and they gladly fed you, clothed you, taught you the basics of everything within Faerun. You're well educated, not just some fucking country bumpkin.
Yeah.
Anyway, you lived just on the cusp of a forest, and many nights you would often see a glowing within the forest, and it almost lit up the entire side of that mountain that you see just northwest of this sort of area. One night within your bed chamber, getting dressed, you're getting ready to just lay down, and this glowing light comes from the northwestern edge again. And this time it's much brighter, and slowly, uh, you do see figures start to wander out, very familiar figures that you felt like you've seen before in your early days of childhood, but the memory is very faint, very hazy. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna start again.
I can't believe I didn't send this to you earlier. Dio and I had like such long fucking conversations about it.
I
Yeah.
believe.
I got thrown off.
Oh well, I mean, this is coming up perfect. Well, in that case,
Okay, here we go.
yeah. So you
Wait.
many nights you end up seeing this glowing light coming from the other end of the woods. Many nights, and those figures that come out, and every once in a while you do see them light up something, and then it dissipates very quickly. Your adoptive parents don't remark it at all.
So it seems normal to them.
They don't. When you if you were to tell them about it, they wouldn't respond. They'd be, "What are you talking about? There is no glowing. There is no. They haven't seen it.
So it's something I, as a Fae, am sensitive to, but they're not.
Possible."
E.
Have I ever told Dad and Pop about this before?
You've told them about it plenty of times. They remember you talking about it. If you persistently would like to, it would be from an early age. But if it would just be like, "Hey, this has been bothering me for a while now," they'd be like, "We haven't seen it, but what are you on about?" Uh, your choice. Would you persist, or would you just keep it laid back?
Well, Rista is more book smart than street smart. I feel like he would do research on it, see if he could figure it out.
Alrighty.
He would definitely hit the books, whatever he could find inside town on their meager library.
Yeah.
Anytime the peddlers come in, he'd be looking for books,
Go ahead and
trading his allowance for whatever he could find, only to come up with nothing.
There you go. Go ahead
Amassing
and
a bit of a collection of books in his room, you know.
okay. Go ahead and roll history.
It sounds very much so. There is no war in Bossing Say.
Basically, yeah. Oh, that's a 9.
Yikes.
You find many
And that's
connections
expertise.
towards nymphs and woodland fey wild creatures, just with the shape, kind of that wispy, woodsy, feminine but not quite feminine look. Because basically looks about the same. Uh, there's no word on there being fire-based nymphs or fey wild creatures. Usually fire ends up tearing away the fey wilds in some aspect within the plane, mostly just entering the mortal sense of it rather than the spiritual sense, because fey wild and two different entities.
Mm-hmm. Well, being Fey myself, I would remember that fire is usually danger.
In most cases.
In
And yet
most
you see it surviving comfortably within this scenario. You do end up learning, however, that within the plane of fire, this is somewhat normal, but still no direct connection to nymphs. This is a plain oddity, to be exact.
So basically, fire nymphs is what I'm curious about, or what I think I'm curious about.
That's what you end up seeing. That is
Okay.
that is your deduction from what your
Mhm.
research has brought you.
Right, let me make some notes.
You may add history or arcana to your proficiencies, either of those.
I have both of those already. I have
What?
expertise in history and proficiency in arcana.
Do you have survival?
I do not have survival.
Add survival because you've lived on a farm.
Hey,
I was
nice.
half proficient in history, and you're like, yeah, just give proficiency. I was like, it's gonna be +0 anyway.
Hey, you're welcome. Anyway, uh, would you wish to investigate the fire nymphs anymore?
Absolutely. His curiosity would as a fake creature, his curiosity would get the better of him.
So the area between that edge of the wood is Amphale, and then towards the edge of the mountain is roughly around a mile or two. A mile
Okay.
or two. Uh, how far would you like to go in? Halfway through the wood, a quarter through?
Keeping my wits about me because I know how tricky the Feywild can be. I would go until I felt like I was in danger.
Already. So
Until the danger outweighed the
the
reward of
reward.
information.
Exactly. So
With my
you
little notepad and
wander.
charcoal strapped to my hip, whatever little supplies I could bring, walking
Okay,
stick with which to beat things, you know.
Yeah. As you wander through, you're about one quarter of the way, and it's of course dead night. That is the only time you've ever really seen it to its full effect.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it once out in the distance back at your home, and then it's okay, this is go time, and you start walking towards it.
I believe what I
Uh,
would do is I would progressively each night journey out a little bit further and just try to set up like a stakeout to see if I could pinpoint, triangulate where it's coming from. Next night, go a little further. Next night, go a little further.
roll me stealth.
Ooh, that's a. I know I'm a rogue, but 10. That's a nat 1.
Jeez.
No.
Are
It is,
So
it is not happening for me right now.
whatever blind you end up making, whatever camouflage you try to use, you're basically just taking a pile of
It's
leaves,
amateur
throwing them on
best.
yourself, and squatting.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like quite a bit of shuffling because I picture again this is about preteen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're teen, preteen. But yeah, you're squatting and you see the light flicker, you go back and you come back again, basically do the exact same thing. Could you roll me perception real quick?
I can. I don't know. Fucking can I? 23.
23.
Be
So
very, very quiet.
this is your third night of watch. and you've decided to bring snacks because you're no longer stealthy. So you have a small thing of bread to munch on as you're squatting in the wood, and you see the flicker of light against the mountain. You're basically halfway through the wood. You can see the edge of the mountain as soon as the light flickers up,
Ooh,
and it's like
pinpointed.
and now you're able to actually see this figure throwing up a little bead of light towards the mountain, and it goes up and then embers away.
I am going to sketch this, and I'm going to make notes.
As you're sketching, you get more light source as from behind you, one of the fire nymphs tend to slowly and gracefully walk your way. As they do, as each step is made, the fire ignites the grass around it, but not spread. It
Mm,
touches a branch, and the fire embers and smokes, but it does not catch fire to the whole tree. And it is about 50 feet away from you, very intensely walking towards you. It has one hand supported by a branch currently.
can I tell whether it means me harm or not?
Roll me insight.
Fuck.
While this is happening, Dio, please roll me an attack roll.
With
Surprise attack.
unarmed strike or
You're as if you were making an attack. Your proficiency in your sword chucks. I was gonna say
Gotta be
nunchucks, but
fucking
that's
so
sword
should I just
chucks.
use my weapon? My weapon, right? Okay.
it is as
That's a
if you were in
14.
14.
Unnatural 26.
Okay, so
Fuck.
you're 14. It is perceived as friendly, but this is still a foreign creature, so you have an innate sense of fear to it.
Mm.
I would imagine.
I'm gonna slowly hold my hands up to show that I'm unarmed. I hope I am not encroaching on your territory. I assure you I mean no harm.
As you do this, the creature backs up behind a tree slightly, unsure of the hands, and then sits
Does it
30
seem like they understood me in common?
sits 30 feet away from you
Mhm.
and holds up its hands exactly as you are. The
Okay.
other one against the wall is still doing the beat of light.
All right.
That is one night. Do you proceed back home after that weird little interaction?
Oh, am I leaving this person alone now? Am I journeying back?
Would you like to journey back? Would
I was
you?
going to continue the conversation to see if I can get more information, but if
It
that's not in the
it's
cards,
no. It cards don't say much. They're all whatever. So, what do you say?
I am going to bring one hand to my chest. I'm going to tap my chest and say, Aristarchus. And I'm going to kind of hold my hand out towards the fire nymph and see if it responds.
It takes its hand, places it on its chest. You see it meld into the chest itself, and what it pulls out is a little metal cube that appears to have a bead of light trapped inside of it. The light is blinding in nature,
Oh boy.
and as it does hold it out, this creature itself begins to dim,
Ooh! I'm going to hurriedly push my hand back into my own chest.
and
Signal, no.
slowly it puts itself back in, but he nods intensely.
Hmm.
I do want to skip this little because after that, Dio, the next day you would enter Fale. You were beaten by your wounds, but you are not as bad as you're not a dog licking its wounds. You're more victorious in your scars.
Mhm.
You have slain a troll just past the bridge of trying to find it. Yeah, the High Forest,
Yeah,
Star
fuck that
Mountains,
troll
that
bridge.
little troll bridge right there.
Fucking troll
Oh,
bridge.
With the troll, man.
Fucking troll.
Up
Asshole.
troll.
What?
Fuck you, Marty.
Exactly. So you enter Umfale, It is you're wealthy within gold and meat. And you are within the
How
farmlands.
much gold we talking?
Currently within your person, you're 15.
Gotcha. All right, noted.
Young satyr, the fucking I have no blank on
Rista
names.
for short.
Rista.
Rista.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
Aristarchus, but you may call me Rista.
yeah, fuck that. So Rista. At one point, you would end up seeing this red Akaku that you would not know until later, but you do notice that embering sense, and it does remind you of the fire nymphs ever so
Okay.
slightly.
Is this
Um,
like months later or something like that, or is this
This was next night
next
after.
day?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is this like as I'm sneaking out to do another run and I see this creature, or what?
This is about midday.
Midday. Okay, so I'm still busy on like my farmhand duties and stuff like that.
Roughly. You would eat lunch around this time. It's high sun, and you see her walking down the street. I don't know if Akaku would have any important business besides just walking around playing her flute.
She'd be playing her flute, walking by. Hopefully,
Still bloodied or
like,
what?
well, at this point, she's probably a little cleaned up. Was there water under the bridge?
Oh yeah, the bridge was flowing.
All right, then washed up and then came into the town. So there's no blood, just few scars, like battle scars.
Bruises.
Yeah,
Tender
bruises.
wounds.
Yeah, nothing she can't heal herself, right? Um, as she's just walking through the town playing her flute, you could see a few people having their attention towards her as her flute playing sort of emanates throughout the busy areas, and as she's in that, sort of just looking for, going over to look for something to eat, some refreshment after long or hard fought battle, right?
The
There-
scent of roast boar will reach your nose.
fair enough.
Right. And with that, she will follow.
I will railroad. That will be the meal that you are currently having tonight.
Mhm.
Within your home, Vic.
Mm-hmm.
You
Usually
walk.
tend to. Sometimes I get this bug up my ass, and I like to eat outside under the stars. It's a Fae thing.
It
Weird
is.
bugs.
You've just gotten your meal. They have given you free rent. Yeah, go on. Go ahead. You got your meal. You're good. It's still freshly coming out the window. You probably have plenty of seconds. You walk up to this standard looking farm hut, fairly well in size. Looks to be 2-story, well made, and the wood is actually engraved with a dragon encroaching on top of it towards the roof.
I'm gonna head out towards the couple of hay bales that I've stacked up together to form kind of a slanted seat near the outer fence. Just kind of a perfect little clearing where I can see the stars and the moon through the trees.
Akaku, you witness this little satyr, or not so little, little satyr coming out towards the
Have I?
hay bales.
I mean, depends. How tall is he?
Oh, average about 5'8", 5'10", shorter than you.
Yeah, she's 7 feet
Yeah.
tall, so
Yeah.
I was gonna think is little.
Yeah. Let me D&D this real quick.
Yep.
I don't believe I have put his
Oh shit! Oh
There we
god,
go.
I did forget. Oh nags, fuck. We'll run this real quick, but then I gotta rewind because there's a certain Warforged that rolls through that I completely forgot about.
Fucking
And a
bitch.
kobold.
Damn.
Fucking
I'm-
bitch.
Don't worry, Alex. I'm waiting to get to your
Pro
shit.
DM, everybody.
Pro.
Nah,
Okay,
he-
it's been a
he's
while.
straight.
Pro
It's
DM.
been a
No
while.
shit.
I'm going fucking haywire anyway.
Hey, last time he DM'd, I had a hoedown with a skeleton. Okay, so we're
Hey yo.
You don't remember that? Anyway, we're not gonna dwell.
it was in
Finish
the
off
abyss,
your
man.
encounter. I'm gonna
All right,
let both of you.
Right.
all right. So as Akaku is what would you say? I'm just gonna be sitting out there eating. I got this big old plate of roast boar that's just absolutely delicious smelling.
At this point, I think has I know Akaku was looking for refreshment earlier. Did she end up getting any? That's the real question.
You would have found plenty of ale, but you haven't had roast boar in a while, and this one smells good. It smells like it's been slow turned. It's been seasoned while it's turned. It's got a bit of gravy to it. It's very enticing.
Right. So at this point, she could pick up the scent of the smell of boar as uh big big 7 foot half oni is not gonna be stealthy, but she's gonna try to sort of sneakily sort of catch a gaze at where exactly this smell is coming from, um sort of see if she could see anything. And at this point, I believe she's close to this hut, right?
Yeah,
All right.
big old
So
hut. You
she's
see a dragon going up.
mhm. Sweet.
Mm.
So she will slowly approach to this hut as the smell of the boar becomes far more far stronger and has definitely enveloped sort of this area that she's in as she
Uh,
approaches closer to
Vic,
the hut.
Vic, may I add some flavor to your character with your
If
spectral
you
blade?
wish.
You have managed to make very simple silverware with them, so you may eat with your spectral silverware if you wish.
Oh, hey.
Ooh.
Just like you've slowly learned how to end up doing this. I don't want to go into how you've learned
Hmm.
how to do this, but you have it.
Um, I had an idea for the origin of my power,
We'll
but
discuss. I know we went on a tangent with our origin. We were going back and forth about it.
yeah.
Oh, oh, is that you? Is that
Anyways,
you?
I have silverware tied to a chain, bro. I don't need shit.
this fucking fork chucks over here.
Yeah. Does her left eye by any chance like have glow, or like does Rista glow at all with her left eye or no?
It has a slight glow to it with that golden iris or golden pupil.
Got it. Got it.
Do I notice?
Oh, you'd notice a 7 foot motherfucker looking over your fence any day of the week.
How
Uh,
about how close are you, Dio?
I'd say I'm pretty close, just right behind the fence,
just over
peering
the
over.
fence, stared at some meat.
Yeah.
I would look over, a little startled. I cannot say I've ever seen a creature such as yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry to impose. I smelt some boar, and I haven't had any in a while.
Ah, yes, my father's roast boar. It is quite a treat. And as I form one of my psychic blades into a serrated knife, go ahead and cut off like a couple of big chunks, and take the piece I was finishing eating and hand her the plate. You look like you have not been fed in a while.
Unfortunately, I haven't. It's been a while, a long journey.
Please, come, share a meal.
Uh,
As long
if
as you shed no blood, you will find your enemies here.
well, I appreciate your kindness as she sort of walks past. I assume there's a gate that's
Yeah,
open.
I could
Yeah.
I
So
wouldn't say you gate. You step over the fence. You get there.
yeah.
oh, so it's like a small dinky ass
It's a
fence. Okay.
it's like a three
Yeah.
foot high fence. It's like only good for
Oh yeah.
sheep.
Yeah. She just steps over the fence, walks over,
Oh,
and
you are even taller up close. Very impressive.
Indeed. um, Thank you. I suppose. Are you sure it's okay that I have this?
Of course, we have many more. This is just the latest one that we have slaughtered. It was
Well,
a
all right.
special occasion. It would have been my grandfather's 450th birthday.
You keep that up, half my characters are just going to sound like a little bit like this. It's just going to.
I was going for like a
little
Castilian accent for
Russian.
him.
Oh,
It is
dude.
No,
not.
he's.
It's not
No,
good.
no, no. I'm
I was
loving
going
it.
full Spaniard with him.
No, I love it. I'm unable to do it. I can hear it.
So
It's just the fact-
as I'm kind of munching on the board and just eyeing this being, I do not mean to impose, but I am very curious. As you can see, I'm gonna pull back my apron and reveal the goat legs. I am not from here either. We are both creatures not, how would you say, not native to this area?
Ah, so you and I are the same.
Something like that. If I may ask without being rude, what are you? Where do you come from? What are your people?
I'd honestly like to know myself. Um, I was abandoned as a child. And I was picked up by a very kind man
You
when I was
see,
younger.
and you see, like I have a little notepad out, and I'm like flipping through pages of notes. I'm sure you'll get this a lot, but my first thought was tiefling, but I have never seen a tiefling built like you. I don't, I do not think that is the answer.
I've gotten that before.
Mm,
Definitely not a tiefling.
very interesting, very interesting. If I may ask, what languages do you speak?
Um, as she starts switching from accent to accent, you can see her, or you can hear her going from giant to infernal to primordial to abyssal, and then back to common. As she's sort of stringing together sentences and then going back to normal.
I'm able to put together a little bit of conversational infernal, but the rest of them go over my head. I'm making notes over here. So much information I do not have. Perhaps we can learn something from one another. You
Perhaps.
where do you intend to go after this? Do you
Wherever
have a
the
place
wind
to stay for
blows.
the night?
At the current moment, I do not. I was hoping to camp out somewhere in the forest.
I suppose I could petition Dad and Pop for a little bit of mercy. We have a loft in the stables. We keep it relatively clean. If that is not an insult.
It is not, but I would not dare to, interrupt your anything that you might be doing.
Nonsense. It is no problem. I will ask them as I leave, as I reach over, and I put the rest of my portion of roast boar on her plate, hop down, go in to talk to my parents.
that was fucking adorable. That was, oh my goodness. Anyway,
What
He's
it mean?
so hospitable.
you absolutely gain permission. You are granted to sleep in the barn shed as long as you would like, Akaku. But I would
Okay.
like to refer to a memory of young Rista.
Mm.
You go to sleep that night, and you're recounted with a time of you helping in the fields, and a wagon ends up losing a wheel.
Mm.
And from your end of the fence, you see what pop out, and the wagon looks to be relieved. It is not a living wagon, but you see a lot of weight bump off. You hear the creaking of the wood, and this towering figure start to slowly lead out with a cloak on, kind of just hunched over, and this little black kobold in sort of this engineered look to him, kind of waddle him out, kind of adjust him, make sure he's doing okay, and then both wait for the wagon to be fixed. This is
I would have
This is an in between of their travel.
I
you
would
may
have
get
whipped out my notebook and sketched this and made notes.
so to retcon for Bender and Nags. You watch as this little satyr, as in the middle of helping out in the field, pulls out a sketchbook and starts doodling you guys down. And from that point, Vic, you would be told, "What are you doing? You pick up the crops. Come on." And then
Oh, hey,
we'll
sorry, Pop. Do you see what I'm seeing?
that yes, big person. And he's going back to picking up all the beets that's currently laying in the ground.
You big person, we know.
Some people have no appreciation for new information. Fucking sheath my little sketchbook and keep helping in the field.
Okay. Back forward through time. You wake up. Oh, what a weird dream.
I'm gonna find that notebook that I made that sketch in. Having remembered that in a dream, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. I'll say it'll be a bit of a time skip when the lights come back on again. So I'll leave it up to you whether or not you find it based on here and then when we actually start playing.
Well,
But
I had kind of an idea, but I know Dio's got to go pretty soon.
yeah. So I'm trying to because this is like you three are the longest. So
I like to role play. I'm sorry.
it's cool.
It's
No,
fine.
no.
I don't mind. As I said, if we can get through this now, I'm fine with one sleepless night, than having multiple. So I'm good.
And my whole thing is just I got other people, man. And I want to make sure you people are comfortable. Anyway,
Nah,
so
do
the
your
lights
thing.
begin again.
I'm chilling.
I'm glad. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you.
Got you, baby.
The lights begin again, and Akaku, you now witness the rising sunlight appear from the northwest, and it is just illuminating the side of the mountain. Rista,
Sorry?
you are no stranger to these lights.
I am the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the notebook that I have all the notes about this shit in. I'm going to see if our new guest is awake.
Rissa, I imagine you're in the barn house at the top where all the hay is, and just out the barn window you can see just the light show that begins almost like a rising sun, and then it dissipates, and then it
Basically.
rises again. Fireworks.
Are you awake?
Sorry. As Rissa comes to check on Akaku, he can see her in the daytime. She's just outside, um, sort of on the side near the field as sort of she's like swinging around her weapon, and it seems like she's doing some training, getting some slashing practice in, doing some crazy nunchuck moves with two blades, which is insane. I don't know why anybody would do that, but she
Insane.
is, and she's skillfully executing these swings that would otherwise hurt a person, and she's just doing her
From
training, minding her
I'm
own
gonna
business.
roll something real quick here. Nat one. Okay. I'm going to forget all about the lights as I'm staring at this abomination of a weapon that this person is wielding. I've made a sketch. I've made calculations. I've done fucking geometry around this thing. This weapon doesn't make sense. And for a moment, if you look at Rista, you will see his mind break.
Find the laws of physics.
This weapon makes no sense. It shouldn't. It's sort. What is this? What is this? Sword chucks? What is? It does not make sense. It is. This is news. How are you? Oh, bzzz.
And this he's doing this in front of her.
Like he pops up and you see him like making notes and then just freeze.
Having like an aneurysm. Yeah, okay.
A little bit of blood
Uh,
nose, you know.
yeah. And then she stops swinging around her sword chucks, and sheathes them. You see the chain in front, both of them sheathed to the side. Obviously, very weird because usually you'd want the chains in the back, not constricting you from the front. She puts it. She sheathes them like two swords on her hips, and she looks at him, confused, and then walks over to him. Are you all right?
I, you, those, how, why? I,
And perplexed, she just stares at him.
these, these, these weapon of yours, it makes no sense. How are you swing it, and it is two blades on either side, and for some reason you do not take it. There is no scratch on you from it's. I've watched the metal. I watched the metal hit you. This weapon, it makes no sense.
I would chalk it up to skill. I've used these for a very, very,
Skill,
very long
no,
time.
skill does not make it's physically impossible not to get hurt from this weapon. And now you look at you, you got no mark on your skin. I hate this weapon.
Some would say it's luck.
As
She's just sitting there like,
she's just sitting there, just like, I
God
don't know
damn it.
what about it. She takes one of the blades from her hip, puts her hand out, and then just puts the blade down on her hand, and nothing's happening. See, completely harmless.
You watch
I-
as Akaku swings the blade and it goes straight through the arm. Through just gravity.
I do not. There are now twin streams of blood coming out of his nose.
I'm
He's
at
just
you run your finger down the blade and it's just nothing.
and as I'm about to have like a full aneurysm and fall off the ladder to my death, um, I would like to see the lights in the distance flash up again to remind me why I came up here. Ah, we will speak of these later. Look out the window.
As
I
she looks towards the lights.
I have been obsessed with these lights for months now. I have no inkling of what might be causing this, apart from one little encounter I had a couple of nights ago. Do you know anything about these lights?
Yeah, good question. Does she know anything about these lights, Draven?
Would you like to roll history?
Sure.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh, buddy. See, I'm
Oh
telling you.
boy.
I'm telling you.
What's
You
going
pick up the sword chucks and you get dumb like fighter.
Draven, I hate your dog shit campaign, bro. I know.
Oh yeah.
You
I
see,
rolled a
Nah,
2.
hey, I gave you proficiency in this shit, man.
You gave me proficiency on a thing that I already had 0 on, bro.
You're welcome.
I
see-
got absolutely nothing from your proficiency. I hope you realize that.
you see,
You
gave
got
me
it to a
0.
+0. What do you mean?
No, it
I
was
s-
already +0.
Wait, if you have proficiency, it should be a +3 then. What do you fuck up on?
My
you add
intelligence score?
You-
I did. I had half
Oh.
proficiency on my intelligence
She-
history, and that was at
dumb.
+0. And then you gave me proficiency, and it still kept me at +0 because I have no bonus.
Because he's. Well, your
Bro,
proficiency.
no, yeah, that's yeah. You see my
Go
you
to
see
your
the-
go to your sheet, click history,
Mhm.
go to customize, and set
did
proficiency
that.
level to proficient.
I did.
Okay.
You have skill override to 0. You have it
You-
set to nothing but 0.
You god damn it, Dio.
As soon as I took that away, you're at +3 now.
So you
What
rolled
the
a. You fucking
Oh, I
this
rolled a
idiot.
5 anyway. I rolled a 5.
Oh my dog
See,
shit
look,
campaign.
I see. See, look,
My-
see, look. This only proves my point. I see the deadly sword chucks have already done their work.
It's fine. Look, I still rolled a 5. Your campaign is
To
still
pick
shit.
up these weapons, they immediately make you. No, keep it at
Your-
keep it at the +0. It is the
no, yeah,
side
let's
effect
keep
of
the
the sword
+0.
chucks.
You You shit's dog, bro.
It's
I
a stupid weapon
yeah.
for stupid.
It's stupid Odie. So
Shay, we can't hear you.
you're
anyway,
you're
5
you're
on the
5.
die.
I
Don't
You're
know. I
5.
just
You
don't
understand
want you to
nothing.
hear me freaking out and having fun.
You
and
haven't
laughing at
encountered.
it.
You know a little bit about the outer planar entities, like the plane of fire, plane of water, all that. You haven't encountered anything like that yet.
I'm going to show her the sketch of the fire nymph. Do you recognize this at all?
do I have to do a check again, Draven? Or do I
No, that would. It looks roughly like a nymph, but then he is purposely encapsulated the fiery essence.
Is made of fire. Do not understand these
Uh,
creatures. They went so far as to mimic my movements, but when I tried to introduce myself, I tried to mimic my name, and it pulled out its own heart. These creatures have no survival mechanism.
clearly.
It makes about as much sense as your weapon.
I don't know what you're talking about. My weapon
This is going to be a
is
campaign long-running joke. Get ready for this. It's not going away anytime soon.
Oh,
Trust
Lord.
me, this is where Geralt and Yaskir begins. I
Basically,
just
yes.
need you to know this. And I'm Geralt.
Obviously. Listen,
Yes. Even though I'm the bard as well. Um,
my father
Anyway.
have given you the permission to stay here as long as you want, but I know, at some point you will leave. When
mhm.
you do, I am coming with you.
The path I walk is a dangerous one. I don't need some kid to follow me.
I do not remember giving you a choice.
Alex, what the
I
fuck did you
seek
change your
information.
profile picture to? Excuse
Then
me.
you can seek information elsewhere.
Well, you do not believe I could be useful in a fight. Is that what you are afraid of?
Potentially.
I see, I see. Well then, and I'm going to put my sketchbook away. How can I go about proving myself to you? What kind of display of skill do you require? Certainly not a demonstration with those awful weapons you carry.
Would you like to demonstrate what these quote unquote awful weapons you speak of?
And as I'm going to hold up my hand, and 4 psychic blades are going to fan out in my fingertips. I have my own. But thank you anyway.
It's a very nice party trick. Saw you using that
Indeed.
earlier.
Oh, he's very useful. See, if you and I were ever captured, say, put into a dungeon, they cannot take these weapons away from me.
See, I have that covered as she throws her weapons to the side about 2 meters away from her.
What do you
Holds
have?
out
A set of pickchucks somewhere?
As I said, as she throws her swords out 2 meters away, holds her hands out, and they both come back to her hand.
Yes, tell me how well that works when there's a solid wall between you and your equipment.
Is there a stone nearby?
Uh, yeah, you'd be able to find something that could obscure vision.
Like just a big stone that could
It
potentially
it
break.
is it is not in which the point I have full control. If you say there's a stone, there's a stone.
All right, so a stone on the side, like a somewhat big boulder, like just there on the side, and she goes up to it and breaks it,
Mm.
or at least tries to. Unless you want to if you want to make me roll for it, I don't know. Just using
No,
the
I will for flavor. I will absolutely say that the strength of your sword checks will break the stone. In
she used her
future
bare
though.
fists because of the hill giant belt.
Oh,
That's how
fair
she
enough.
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And at
for
the
flavor, yeah.
at the noise, shh, quiet. What are you doing? You are with the fathers.
Simply just proving a point.
Helm above. Okay. I see we have entered a pissing contest, one which I am not likely to win. It's fine. You have proven your point. However, I am still coming with you. As I hop down from the from the loft, I will have my information one way or another.
Fine. As she gives a deep and very, like, as she grits her teeth and just sighs. You can come with, I guess.
You see, that is the attitude. You be agreeable. I bring more of the roast board with me. See, we both win.
Sure. Just don't hold me back.
All right, and
Yeah. If you got, we can skip a few months and say you guys start heading out from Umfale, if you would wish.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You're greeted with a very welcoming goodbye, very warm goodbye. You know that you will be missed, and we will move. Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
I
no.
was gonna say she just respectfully bows and thanks the two fathers for what they've done for her.
They hope that you give their adopted child safety amongst their travels, so he can come back and tell stories. A few months will pass, but before that point, we must get to the wild Willy 3 legs.
Wild
Jesus
Willy
Christ, that
legs.
name!
Wild
Got
Willy.
you shaved from the other.
I added.
God damn it!
I added the wild.
What
But
the
yes,
fuck?
that
Excuse
is
me?
the
Also-
Ashu monk. Yes.
Also, a very welcoming goodbye. Welcome! Now get the fuck out.
I think he meant a very fond farewell.
There we go. Yeah. That's
Okay,
fine.
he
it's
said
okay.
betwixt instead of bequeathed as well. I didn't begrudge him that.
Yeah, the first he said betwixt, and the first thing I thought was things betwixt from Dark Souls 2.
Betwixt mine thigh.
Alrighty.
Betwixt thine cheeks. Anyways,
Yes.
Alex, you living?
Yes.
This will be a few months after your victory over the pirates of Luskin, as you begin traveling south and east over the deserts of Anorak. I don't think I labeled it wrong, but did I label it? I did. Sweet. Yeah, the far east. Yes, Anorak. Amu? Yeah, it's a typo.
Mm.
Anyway, that will remain a
Gotcha.
typo. That will remain a typo. Anywho, yes, the deserts of Anorak. You have been guided this way due to your path that I will not disclose for secrecy. But you make your way to the Temple of Emptiness to find your path within Key and on this mortal plane. You begin to reach the main mountains to the far southeast as a storm begins to roll in, and you begin to climb the mountaintop. As you begin to climb the mountaintop, you're greeted with a statue of a meditating monk that sits at the top. And as you begin to investigate it and adjust it, you realize that you are able to push it open and reveal that there is a hatch down into this temple. As you begin to descend, you feel you are innately connected to the weave of magic, I will say. You more so than other creatures. You feel the draining source of magic leave you as you begin to descend. It is almost like a crushing weight beginning to fall on you as you realize that this is what reality feels like without magic. It is a whole new feeling. But as you descend further into this darkness, it is slowly then lit, as there is a large cavern of monks practicing underneath the rubble of the cave. And you do hear someone at the far end greet you. There is a greeting. Not some war band, but you do hear, "Ho! A new traveler, learning the ways of suppression."
You would be correct. Yes.
I love it.
Uh,
My
Half
name
our
is
characters are Russian. God damn it!
What? Who else was Russian?
So
Vex is Spaniard, you dumb
okay,
shit!
Spaniard, sorry.
clarified Spaniard.
You're a bean, bro.
I am deeply
Anyway.
offended. You do not know Spaniard from Russian.
Russian is up here.
He is
There
much
you go.
more much more flowing and very Slavic in the vowels.
Very drunk. Anyway, let us continue with Willy.
Yeah, Wild Willy, bro.
You already know. My name is Willy.
You can't say that with such seriousness.
I love it.
My name is Willy.
Oh, good
not
Willy.
Oh God, is this gonna be another character we never forget?
This is you watch as a half orc man approach you on this catwalk and greet you wildly. He has a purple what is it, face paint going across his eyes. Almost looks like it's supposed to be a headband, but they didn't bother to get cloth. And he approaches you, shakes your hand. I am Zanir. I'm the main greeter for anyone new within our temple. Please, allow me to show you around. And you begin your training within the Temple of Suppression. You learn the ways of emptiness and learning how to, instead of bring life through magic, bring down the area of magic. Over time, with your work with Zanir, he would later become abbot. The highest rank that he can end up getting within a monk dynasty, and then whatever. Eventually, throughout your training, you would come to have issues with radiant damage, in particular. It was something about the piercing heat that comes from it, and you understanding. Okay, it's kind of like fire, but it is a lot hotter, and something else powers it. Abbot Zanir. One day, when having tea, he sips. It is very uncommon for me to do this, but I believe it is necessary for your training to go outside the walls of the temple. I request that you head to Fort Morningwood. It is just south of Baldur's Gate. And the paladins there will happily teach you of their righteous ways, for you to better understand how to suppress this particular form of magic.
Morning Lord. Okay.
Fort Morning Lord.
Oh,
Morning, Lord.
I thought you
I heard
said
Morning
Morning
Lord.
Morning.
I have more
Morning.
typos that will continue. Anyway. Yes. All the typos.
Lord.
Morning, Lord.
Morning Wood. I'm like Draven. No.
Morning Lord. No, that's the Druid Temple. Anyway.
No.
He named the forest after the morning wood. Oh, what the hell he doing, man?
If you don't have it already, please add survival as one of your proficiencies. Moving through the desert.
Get survival and I get history. All right, I see how it is.
Hey man. Emon. Anyway. Moving through a fucking desert. He needed to learn how to dig for water, go through cacti, the use, you know.
A lone traveler, brother. Continue.
So you make your way towards Triel, just northeast of Fort Morning Lord, when ironically enough, just as fate would have it, another set of travelers were entering Triel. It would be, of course, Akaku and Rista,
It's your
Oh my
guy,
goodness.
bro.
looking for work. It's been a good 2 years now since you've been doing this. Rista, you have more capability. You're a little more experienced. It's been about 4 years for Akaku.
Sweet.
But you would all be within Trio. This is the in-between town for a lot of the trade that comes in through Baldur's Gate. They run it up the Cronahir River, and it ends up in Scornrubel, goes up to Trio, and then up towards the Dragon Keep castles and everything else, or Dragon Spear. But it's still a small town, but it gets a lot of footwork traffic, and it's a lot of merchant side streets, and almost everyone is selling something within Triel.
That bar.
Of course, there's a bar,
I'm gonna go to a bar.
and you head into the nearest
where-
tavern. It is known as the Silver Coin, and
Why do
the
we
main
always
draw.
meet in taverns?
The main draw of the Silver Coin is that every drink is actually a copper. You are currently mostly penniless. You do have a bit of coin to your name, Willy. You'd be able to buy yourself drunk. That's about it. Drunk and well enough. Living as a
Wow.
monk doesn't give you exactly.
So that's
an
why we meet
income.
in taverns. The
A
piss
soft
drunk.
Willy.
I would like to buy myself drunk, please. 500.
Roll me Constitution.
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Watch him succeed and doesn't buy himself drunk.
No, watch him get out of the drunk.
13.
13.
Fuck, I think good
You're
men do
in
that.
that nice little in between. You're very hazy, but you're still in control of what you can do. I'm surprised you didn't go with
Can
Way
I-
of the Drunken Fist.
Oh, he buzzed as hell.
Anyway, but you
Can I have our voices drift through the window as we're passing the tavern?
absolutely whatever
And
conversation.
I am telling you, you cannot simply kill a boar without getting permission first. Not
I,
within the king's personal hunting grounds.
I imagine from inside the tavern you hear Willy being belligerent, as I would assume.
I don't care. That boar looked tasty. I
Oh.
want it. Okay.
You don't understand. You almost got us killed.
It doesn't matter. I
People
would have
have-
held them off.
I bet you would. Yes, then we would have the enmity of an entire kingdom on our hands. Just because you wanted
It's
some,
fine.
just because you wanted some roasted pig butt.
Look,
We'll find
okay,
more boars.
pig ass tastes good.
What am I going to do?
That is the key word you hear, Willy. You hear pig ass tastes good.
I love that I come back to that.
Oh, I'm gonna put down everything. And I'm gonna see what's up with the pig ass.
You look around and out the window of the Silver Coin, you watch as this tiefling, you assume tiefling, walking past, saying, still carrying on the conversation.
Excuse
Passing
me.
the window.
I
hear
heard
this.
Large kangaroo as you turn around and peering out the door. You can see he's a little slosh, but still there.
What
Good
the
open
fuck?
notice, but you talking about boar ass? Is that correct? Yes.
Pig ass. Pig ass, actually. There's a distinct difference. You see, boar ass is far more gamey
Akaku, please.
than
Please, do not spare me this, please.
Oh, you do
Rista.
not need.
Dirty.
Shut up. I need to. This is my time. I need to tell him.
You can have your time later. We are wanted. Because of your addiction for pig ass, we are wanted. Let us move quietly
We're
through this
not.
town.
My friend, you do not need to go into so much detail. I, woman would say, a connoisseur of many meats, and pig ass was my favorite.
Ah, so you and I, we're the same.
No, another one, please.
Oh yes.
Please, mister, spare me this torment.
In my past life, I adored meat.
Strike me down where I stand.
You stay howl.
Idiot.
Holy fuck.
This is too funny.
I endured.
As she sticks out her hand towards this mysterious guy that she doesn't know the name of.
What are you doing
Yet-
now? We are making friends with the kangaroo.
Ashnu. He's an
Shh,
Ashu.
shh. Yeah, and with that, she's gonna just put her finger on Rista's lips, and be like, shh, 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 this is my time, okay? I have found a connoisseur, okay? This is my time. You have been stopping me for a long ass time, and I just want to talk to someone about pig ass, okay?
I'm like
As she
pinching
puts her
my
hand
nose,
out-
the bridge of my nose in consternation.
As she puts her hand out and says, fellow connoisseur, my name is Akaku. What is your name?
My name is Willy. Willy Three Legs. Nice to meet you, acquaintance.
Does he have 3 legs? Does
You
he, like,
look.
actually have 3 legs?
He is a biped, but you do notice the long tail.
Ah, I see you're trying to figure out why I'm called Three Legs. I have 2 legs, as you can obviously see. I have a tail. That's my third leg, if you so kindly. But my name is Willy. You can guess.
Yes, yes, red meat tripod, tripod meat red. Let's go.
Willy is my Willy. I got 4 legs.
I
Willy Three Legs. At your service.
Right. Yes. Please,
Please
walk
tell
with me. Walk
tell
with
me you do
Come on.
not also have a pair of sword chucks.
I do not.
Thank the morning, Lord.
I just have my fists and a
Look.
caramel desire to enjoy meat.
I do not want
See,
to
I
be
appreciate you,
never
brother, but one
desires.
second. Rista, shut the hell up.
Listen, we have a
These
schedule to
weapons-
keep. We are on
no,
track to turn in
no,
a bounty.
No.
You are wasting our time.
This
Ooh.
weapon is the finest of its kind, okay?
Do
Now,
not
I
get me
will not
started.
let you...
This weapon
this
makes no
was
sense. It
made-
has not made sense for
this
4 years.
was made
It has
by
never
my
changed.
father.
You have never
No.
upgraded it.
No. Okay?
I
You know
hate it.
why? Because it's a heirloom, all right? Listen,
You don't even know how to say they were heirloom.
I
What is
care.
heirloom? What is heirloom?
Fine, heirloom. But my point is, this weapon is fantastic, and you are being ridiculous, and you are
And it is
clearly
unique. It is
scaring
being
away
looked for.
our friend.
If I could stop you for just a moment, my friends.
Yes.
It sounds. You said something about a bounty. Yes.
We are on our way
No.
to turn in a. Yes, no, yes, you are right. No bounty. I slip of the tongue. Sometimes
No, 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 no. It sounded like you said something about a bounty. My friend.
You are mistaken. You see, my friend Rista here, he saw a woman with a very large ass, and he said a bounty.
It was a
Now-
bountiful booty. Yes, it was.
Yes, very.
It was legendary.
He was trying to chase it.
The
My
the hills echo with the sound of its clapping.
Yes.
That one triggered Shay. That one got me.
We heard that perfectly.
Hot damn.
You see, my bookish friend here, he is not very well versed with women, and you see, he saw this very big purple voluptuous ass, and he just wanted it.
I prefer
So-
green, but purple will do in a pinch.
Yes,
Draven, can I
Entire-
make a insight roll?
You indeed may.
All right, let me hit my deception real quick.
Oh boy.
Oh
It was
boy, that's a
deception.
3.
Oh boy.
Got a 15.
I am clearly full of shit.
I have a
13.
15. Yes.
What do you get, Alex?
13.
I am
13.
more obvious than the Morning Lord's Morning Wood.
And I got 15. So I'm a better liar than he is.
Well, obviously, there is something amiss between you two that I can understand. But we are friends. My friends. We're
Wait,
talking
since
about
when? Who said?
Boras.
What? Yes, yes.
By favor, we are best friends, just like that. Now you don't
Yes.
have to go into detail about whatever bounty. If you have a bounty, if she has a bounty, if they have a bounty, it don't matter to me.
I would be lying if I said this was the first time Boras has made me a new friend.
Ah, yes.
Because it has.
Yes, that is the thank you. That is the joke. Thank you for explaining to the audience.
uh, your bounty was said to be in El Turiel, the little town that is not labeled in between Morning Lord and Triel.
No.
And ironically,
Yes.
what
it
would
was
fate
good to meet
have
you,
it?
Senor Willy. It was pleasure talking to you. Now, if you don't mind, we have
Senor
business to attend
Wheelie.
to.
Yes, yes. We should be off. It was nice to meet you, Willie, but we need to take care of some business, if you know what I mean.
Why
Oh,
do
well, you're
Mama
looking
Chef-
at a master bounty hunter. Maybe I
Oh,
could assist you.
no.
I see. Dude, I'm waiting for this guy to pull out like the booty
Like,
hunter
as-
line. I like you, and
as like Akaku is talking to him and getting interested, I'm in the back going, no, 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 no.
I see you are somebody with skill in swords.
See, I'm
Yes.
just thinking of
No, this is not skill.
I'm just thinking of Cleveland's no, 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 no.
Basically. Oh,
See,
no.
my companion here, he's just simply jealous of my superior skill with weapons, specifically of the
If I have
sword
to
chuck
hear
kind.
this shardam speech one more time.
As you see, sword chucks are a set of weapons of beauty, you
I'm-
see.
I spawn a psychic blade and start stabbing myself in the arm.
Hey, it's okay. It's
I
okay.
just want, I
I
just, I just want to make it stop. I just 4
Just
years of
because-
this. 4 years.
just
Why?
because
Why did
my
I leave my
blade
home
goes
with you?
through-
Why?
Just because my blade goes through my arm doesn't mean yours will.
I
Relax.
just want it to end. It needs to be over. I'm done with this.
You-
Rista, shut up. I'm trying to speak here and explain. th-
Yes,
The
go, peddle
amazingness.
your nonsense.
I like to imagine as you're both like trying to leave and talk, you're both unknowingly going the same direction of your. Because he has to go that way too. But he's drunk, so he's just like, yeah, I'm going with the flow, man.
And so we're just walking beside each other. I'm explaining him the whole history behind sword chucks and the masters and how everything how the mastery of sword chucks is a uh, long lost sword technique and all this
At the mention of
crazy shit.
technique, you hear a very nags like in the background.
And then she
Fuck,
starts
I can't do it on
going through-
command.
And then she keeps going. She starts going on about different styles and blade forms, and Rista's over here cutting himself. and
Oh, my
and just keeps going. We're walking and we're talking.
I am very enraptured by your tales, your skills. I think it would
Thank
be
you.
more of an insult if I didn't learn a thing or two from you. You see, I'm a traveling bounty hunter. You wouldn't think so on a first sight, but I like to indulge myself into hearing tales and learning about the world and the people that inhabit it. And you
Now,
two strike
go
me
ahead.
as
Go ahead.
interesting.
I see. Now, to show your skills in bounty hunter, as Akaku points at a woman right in front of them, hunt that bounty. Go.
Wait. No. What are you doing?
Ooh,
No. What are you doing? You're trying to get the kangaroo killed?
Graven, how drunk am I?
No.
You rolled a 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'd say you're in the best condition to make wrong decisions.
You are
You are big
just
red.
buzzed enough.
Yep.
You are giant red warrior woman. Why am I the voice of reason?
That's a 13 to me, bud.
Fuck.
I will look over to her and say, "Ah, do you want me to go collect that bounty?" Wink, wink, nudge,
Indeed.
nudge.
I am not taking
Indeed.
Using my third leg.
I am walking
Got
away.
you.
I am walking away. I'm not taking part of this. I'm just disappearing down an alley. I'm not.
I know you're a
No, no,
kangaroo,
no,
but
no.
it still sounds wrong.
Before Rista
Witness.
does that, Akaku's gonna put her arm around Rista,
No.
around Rista to keep him with her.
No, please do not make me witness this. I have suffered enough today.
It's
Watch.
okay.
I
It's
just want to
okay.
go. I just want to go to Adriana to turn the bounty, and then you have to put with this fucking kangaroo and your sword chucks. I just want to turn.
Just
the
watch the magic happen,
bounty.
okay?
I do
It's
not
okay.
want to watch.
He's turning into Blimpy
He's so
slowly.
upset.
If you so will, witness a master of the art
No.
of bounties.
No.
I
please,
will
good.
approach this woman.
I bet you
Witness
four-
me.
I bet you 4 gold. He takes a slap to the face.
All right, so you approach this woman.
Yes. What would on a scale of 1 to 10, what would this lady look like to me in my
She-
drunken state?
In your drunken state,
I rolled a solid
you would
4.
I would say
She's the
that
least
you wouldn't
unfortunate.
have that much distortion, but to put it bluntly, she is a elven woman.
Oh shit.
Oh?
So
no.
she doesn't look old. She doesn't look that pretty to you though.
I'm
About-
gonna be muttering a prayer to Sehanin Moonbow in Elvish under my breath.
About a 6. About a 6. There you go. There's your number.
Jeez.
Oh, men det läste det. Hålla man kanske kände
Is she?
Men det läste det. Hålla
I assume that is she walking or is she just chilling, like up against the wall?
She's
or like on a
walking. She
bench?
appears she has some sort of business to attend to. She's walking with purpose.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna take my hand. I'm gonna lick my hand and kind of ruffle up the fur a little bit. Kind of get my hair looking on point. My eyebrows on fleek.
Oh
God.
As a reminder, this is being recorded for YouTube. Please keep it PG.
Alex, I love you, bro. I'm sorry.
With a little kick of my step, I'm gonna kind of power walk. I'm gonna kind of stop in front of her, put my arms against the wall, and hold my hand out.
Stab him, please stab him. Just between the ribs for me, please.
Okay, so you hold her hand out.
Madam, if you would be so inclined to beseech me for just a moment. You are the finest thing I've ever seen. Your beauty knows no bounds, and I am just enraptured by your mere presence alone.
There's an audible as Rista face palms.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Go ahead and roll charisma.
Uh-oh.
Raw charisma? Holy
Raw
shit.
charisma. He
Uh-oh.
said enraptured.
He also said
Ooh,
besiege.
That too. That one didn't fly over my head as hard as enraptured did.
You know, not bad. 17.
Holy.
Oh, 17. Okay. She laughs and smiles. Does anyone know Sylvan in this group?
That'd be me.
You could hear her utter in Sylvan. His uh your lexicon is terrible, but at least you have a pretty face and walk straight past.
Oh,
You understand none of this, Willy.
All you see is this urgently baffled look on my face, jaw hanging open.
Well,
Hey, what happened? What happened?
She
Drunk
does kind of
Willy.
look back at you and then keep walking.
Cannot,
Oh,
Drunk
shit.
Willie is going to stand up.
what the?
He's gonna look at
I
you too.
I cannot believe that worked.
Now you'll see. Do you see what I am about, my friends?
Yep. I like this guy.
I don't know if she liked it or not, but I'm going to believe that she liked it.
I'm gonna believe.
And I think that's a plus in my book.
And this is how we end up in jail.
Nonsense, my little friend. No such thing
Our
will come upon us.
Our little friend said it worked, so I mean, I think
I
it
said
worked, man.
nothing of the sort.
You did.
We're lying.
You did.
We're lying from betwixt your demonic teeth.
I will say that this
And-
conversation is happening while you're walking towards is the next little town, ironic, where you both have to end up going.
Finally,
El-
anyway.
El Tigre.
Beautiful.
I like
I
how we
like to-
conversed the entire way.
Yeah,
No longer encumbered by cheeks or pig butt, just on the way, turning the bounty, get the job done.
as you get there, can I have both Dio and Vic roll investigation for their bounty? Whereas Willy, you would eventually end up just want to go to Fort Morning Lord, as that's your main goal. You start asking around, and a lot of the townsfolk actually plead with you. Help us, dear sir, help us. The paladins within Fort Morning Lord, that they haven't been here for a while. They usually come by, give us bread, offer protection. We've been dealing with wolves out in the forest. They haven't come by within months. Dear sir, please go find the paladins of the Morning Lord.
You can count on me. My friends, would you like to go on a journey with me? I'm
What was
still,
the- what
I
was
still
your,
love our. Yes.
I'm gonna look at Akaku and look back at him and say, at this point, I know better than to think I have a choice.
I rolled 14. Vic rolled 11, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. 14 and 11. So you both are able to tell that the man you were looking for escaped prison. He was sentenced to hang. Murderer, very simple job. He was within this town. You have found that he did rent a room. And few people said, "Oh yeah, man with a bunch of sun tattoos said he was a part of the Morning Lord Sultan." Yeah, he went south towards Fort Morning Lord.
Because of course he did.
Because of course he did.
Well,
Well-
shit. I guess we're going the same way, yeah.
It seems fate has conspired to put us together yet again.
Conspired to give Rista a headache.
Indeed. Dio, have you noticed
love
that our
that.
roles are reversed here?
I love that.
What
No,
we
no.
planned?
See, our roles are reversed in the sense where our personalities are reversed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm still shutting you up like Geralt would.
Oh, good God.
That's the plan. We're playing reverse. We're playing reverse Geralt.
We're going against
Geralt and
type
Yasker.
Yasker.
Except I'm still Geralt, and you're still Yasker. I'm just a bard.
Garrett with a sense of humor. All right.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
You head to Fort of Morning Lord. You're greeted to crossing the river. You're greeted to a very pristine-looking castle, and the doors are wide open. You can practically see inside of it just by standing on the steps.
Remember.
The site.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought
Sorry.
you were-
Nope.
I thought you
Sorry.
were done.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I kind of remember. Remember. No pig butt. It belongs to the king. Do that again. I
Got it.
cannot save
No
you
pig
again.
butt. Only Hogath. Got it.
So, as you enter this fort, it is very dim light with inside, and it is a main. It is a large entrance, about 30 feet. It looks to be like a main praying room, but what you see are not mats or anything else, but instead dents within the floor. And those dents are encapsulated in full darkness. Uh, all of you can see that quite a few weapons are swung into the walls. And there is a small pathway leading into a back room from both ends. So there are two entrances leading to the same area, what you assume. It looks to be like a battle was set within this room, like a proper one. Dents within almost every floor, scorch marks, the works.
It cannot be just me, but do you think something happened here?
What gave that away?
From door to proceeding inward, the very back of the room, you see there is a large brazier to the Morning Lord, a main fire that is lit pure yellow, and then behind it is the insignia of the Morning Lord, which is it is controversial. He has two symbols. There is a six-rayed sun, and then there is one that is just a pure circle. This is the six-rayed sun version that is
As we're
illuminated by the brazier
creeping through
itself.
this, I am going to summon 2 knives.
Some two knives.
Akaku has her hands on her hilts for
Okay.
her weapons.
Ridiculous fucking sword check.
I got my kangaroo fists, my friend.
I can just see it, bro. He has his fists and then his tail just right behind him, just ready.
Isn't that gelatinous stance?
Rolling the shoulders, flexing the tail a little bit, getting the back cracks. Ah!
Yep.
My friends, I think this is gonna be a fun time.
Dude, that guy's like a
Silence.
monk version of Mewtwo, dude. It's crazy.
Am I the only one who's
Silence
thinking
fills the room. The only main sound that you hear is the whirring from the outside and the wind pressing through, the flickering of the braziers. The again cavern and dented floors. Each one appears to be about 5 feet deep. There's about 6 in total. And the bottom of it you can't see, even though there is light within the room. It still looks like there is pure shadow within this little 5-foot hole. That is everything for like this main room. Would you like to proceed further into corridors? There's just one main corridor.
Only one.
Well, two leading into the same area. So one.
Before you
Well, I
continue,
don't-
Alex, what accent are you going for? Because I love it.
I'm gonna be honest. No clue.
You sound like you're like an Indian, but at the same time you're
Like-
Jamaican and
A
Fijian
little bit.
at the same time.
Hey, Mon, do you need any tech support?
What do you want, my friend?
It sounds. It sounds like Moroccan, honestly. Like
Moroccan.
All I hear is a
northern
poo
accent.
from The Simpsons.
Fucking.
That is far. Okay.
It makes sense. I am brown. It's okay.
No,
I
am
had
brown.
no idea.
My
Anyway,
friend, I
let's
do not
continue.
want to mess with the shadow shit. And not about that, but there's more to explore. There is a corridor. If you would so be inclined, I would like to go
Wait, you know what?
further.
Absolutely.
How is everyone on stealth?
I have a disadvantage on
good.
stealth because of my half plate.
Hmm.
You know
I
what? I know
see.
exactly. I know exactly what voice Alex is going for with this. When we get to D&D, and I'll post it.
Action is coming. You abandoned on me.
This is the voice he's going for.
Oh, oh, yep.
You dare speak to me in that tone of voice? How dare you, good sir?
You dare speak to me in that
I
tone
could have
of
swore it was
voice,
Alex in this
boy?
video.
Oh yeah, I remember that day. Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah.
Proceeding down the corridor. Is anyone staying in this main room?
I ain't staying alone. Fuck that.
If I may, Draven.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my two fellow compadres and simply state, since you, my friends, are not good at stealth, and I want to fight something, it's only fair that we bring the noise to us. Thoughts?
I am sorry. Did you say no go with stealth?
He's good at stealth. I'm not.
This is why I leave her behind.
We bring the noise
Shut
to us.
up.
That sucked. I'm gonna exclaim extremely loudly. If you are in here
Son of
and
a
you want the
bitch.
smoke, you come and fight with us. Come catch these hands.
If you want this
I-
smoke.
The echoing comes through the smoke, 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 smoke. Hands, 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 hands.
Shit, shit, shit.
After about 30 seconds of
Boys,
waiting,
boys,
no
boys.
sound, no nothing. It appears to be completely silent.
Well, shit, I thought that was
Are,
gonna work.
are there any markings anywhere in Thieves' Cant that I can see?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Hey, look, 19.
You actually do find some thieves' cant within this very religious area. It
Interesting.
speaks of. Oh, let me read it.
Oh, I'm
Six-pointed
reading it.
lies is what it says.
Six. What is this
Mm.
six-pointed lies? It must be
Would you like-
talking about their symbol.
Makes sense.
Do you think this this religious organization may be a front for something else?
Boras?
And
I
as
don't
you
like
take
it.
a minute to have this conversation,
I'm
still
gonna
nothing
face
comes
palm
true.
so hard I take one bludgeoning damage.
It do be like that.
The
No.
Boras front.
Listen. Okay. Somebody left. Somebody left a note in Thieves' Cant saying something about these six-pointed lies. As you can see very clearly, this is a six-pointed sun. Something about this place is false. Something about this organization is false. What it means, I have no idea.
Well, I don't like this. Don't like it at all. But I think someone should wait at the entrance, hide in the shadows, and watch while at least one of us goes further and investigates through this corridor.
Yes, by all means, take Big Red and Dumb with you. I will camp out here.
If Big Red and
I
Dumb wants to stay,
am not dumb.
by all means. But I, for sure, I have other business to attend here, and I need to find answers. Is why there's nobody in here at all.
At all. At all.
I'm getting quite frustrated.
Ready, ready, ready,
Ak-
ready.
Akaku's gonna whisper over to
Good.
Rista and say, "And you called me dumb? Seriously, man?"
Name of the last three kings of Lord. I can't
The
fucking-
Lord's Alliance. Lord's Alliance.
Yes. God damn.
Could I do a history
Breathe.
check could I do a history check for that?
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
13.
Okay. And their 17 wives.
Again, history check?
Go ahead.
7.
Mine was 22. Point proven. Big, red, and dumb. Go,
Look.
go, chop something.
No, no, no,
I
no,
will
no,
wait
no,
here.
no. You hold on here. Look, just because you know more about kingdom history than I do, doesn't mean I'm stupid.
Graven, I'm gonna continue forth while they have this moment to themselves.
I felt like you were. Um,
I already like this guy.
so you proceed forward down the corridor. The corridor itself is etched with symbolism of the Morning Lord. You see one side of it is pure war, the other side of it is this radiance, sort of giving attitude, almost. It's like a symbol of this figure above the clouds next to the sun as the crops grow, and then on the other end, it is pure hate and war as this single figure wreathes through multiple bodies that aren't particularly depicted to be either humanoid or monstrous. You proceed down it. Two hallways meet, lead down a single hallway, and this single hallway ends with a pedestal with a book on it, and at the foot of the pedestal is a slumped over body, not cladded in much, but a leather gown. Looks like not a leather gown, leather armor, pure black, and he is very much slumped over.
Can I go and check vitals?
As you go and check vitals, he is very much dead. You pull back his head, his eyes are inked pure black, and he has tattoos of the six pointed sun, almost the exact same, and the word Soul Thune etched in on him.
Mm.
Would be known as another name of the Morning Lord. Two names. It is Soul Thune and Utrama. But it looks like that he was reading from this, as you can tell, and then he fell to his knees and died.
Oh, oh. So what you're saying is I should read from the book.
You may read from the book. You don't know if you'll die.
Is there anything obviously negative about looking at the book that I can
It looks to be a very what is it? Generalized version of the book of Utrama, basically stories of the god's history and who he was from before the mortals, the mortal time and after the mortal time when they came down to Earth, or not Earth, mortal realm.
Hmm. I see.
Would you like to open it?
Ooh, everything in my judgment telling me no, but they call me Willy Three Legs for nothing. I'm gonna open the book.
As you open the book and start flipping through it, multiple different stories can be read. It's basically like the Bible for this god. It is how they pray to him, how they treat his sort of divine guidance, but they also explain that he's literally a person, just like you or me now. And that if we don't somehow accept this god, or if someone doesn't take up the mantle of godhood from this mortal being, then Utrama's grace will someday die out. But roll me investigation real quick.
Uh-oh. Investor. Uh-oh. That would be a 12, sir.
You do notice a few discrepancies with the book. It is almost like every other page, odd and even, they are almost purposely naming the gods something different. On the odd side, it is Solthun. On the even side, it is Utrama. And as you go back to the very end of the book, you do see the two symbols of Solthun and Utrama, or the Morning Lord. The very on the back of the cover, it is the main, just very plain circle with nothing else about it, and then the other one is the circle with the six rays coming from it, each with its own line of text, one on the cover, one on an actual page. As you reach the back of the book, that the two symbols glow, one dark, one light. And from that point, inside the main room, a light begins to form in these 5-foot holes. Each one, all 6, end up glowing this intense light from the inside. And suddenly, it's white hot, and then it dims again. But you watch as it dims, the light doesn't fade, and it comes up out of the hole, and it appears to be a physical object that the light has collapsed itself around. Making sense? Dio and Vic? Okay.
Yeah. So far.
Oh,
So-
have we caught up at this point?
That you are watching what happens. This is happening.
We're in the main hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking, and this shit happened. So our conversation stopped, and we're looking at this shit happening.
Okay.
This was
Yep.
mid-conversation, and you're watching
Well,
armor
shit. Okay.
climb itself out of the hole and half drag itself, half float itself out of the door, glowing in this white hot light.
Do you think we should tell the kangaroo?
Yeah, I think so.
Go on,
Could
get
I
a good
also
idea.
use divine sense?
Yes. Let me give a quick read to Divine Sense.
I can read it too, if you want me to.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. You can use this feature 3 times per long rest.
Spell. Let me double check this.
Did it say anything about the location of any fae, or just celestial fiend undead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. No Fae.
Really?
I checked because you never know, right?
Okay. You can tell that these pieces of armor are a part of a hallow spell along with the area around this point. So the castle itself is hallowed ground and the armor is hallowed. As you're
Oh, boy.
staring at the armor, your left eye of Shar begins to shimmer, and it almost causes you slight pain, not enough to take hit points, but you do see a veil of darkness wrapped around this armor as it floats off.
Whoa. Damn.
Whoops.
Willy, you were unaware of this. You have simply opened the book and began to glow. You heard some noise and rattling coming from behind you. Body hasn't moved, unless you shoved him to the side.
Oh, no, I'll leave the body as is.
Okay.
Should we take care of that?
About 2 sets of armor are gone, 4 still slowly making their way out of the hole.
I think this problem is only going to keep getting worse.
Yeah. I believe it is.
Can I bring the
What do you
book
want
with
to
me?
do?
What choice do we have?
Yep.
We let
walk
these
back
things
with
run
it.
around.
Yeah.
Who
Absolutely.
knows
can.
what damage they will do?
My friends, I have a book.
Yes,
comes
your
around the corner.
book has caused something to happen.
What has happened?
We have flying shiny armor.
Willy, you're watching the shiny armor slowly crawl out of the holes where the darkness was, and then slowly float out to the outer end of the fortress.
What the hell did you do, Willy?
I'm gonna be honest. I just read a book. There's some symbolism. A lot of voodoo shit happening. May have been a glow.
I have read
But it's
thousands
fine.
of I have read thousands of books in my lifetime. Nothing like this has ever happened. Are you one of those that reads out loud?
Would I have read him out loud?
Yeah, I think he needs to sound it out.
You never read arcane tomes out loud. That is like rule number one
I'm
of
not going
reading
to say
books.
you read it. I'm not going to say whether or not you read it out loud. That's up to you.
I mean,
Yeah,
if he
I'll say it out
activated the
loud, fuck
spells,
it.
then yeah.
Well,
Or whatever
that
it
doesn't.
was.
The vocal doesn't always mean that that's activation, but I see where you're going with.
This is based on our assumptions, not
Oh, yeah.
yours, DM. So shut
This-
up and let us.
My
This is our
assumptions
time.
are
I'm kidding.
just assumptions.
I'm kidding. But this is our
Anyway.
time. Okay.
Listen, whatever happened, there are now these sets of armor flying around. I believe we need to stop.
Finally, something to do. My friends have been cooped up by fish. They want to punch. There's nothing to punch.
And I'm going to
I
give
need-
this extravagant flourished bow. Well then, by all means, the floor is yours.
It's go time, baby. And I'm gonna sprint outside.
I love
After
this
the
guy.
armor.
Yep, I'm going to follow, knives at the ready.
Same.
To what?
With my crazy sword chucks.
How are you attempting to capture the armor?
Capture.
Capture,
Capture it.
destroy. What is your?
I was
what
gonna.
is your
I have
goal?
60 feet of range on these knives, Boyle. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep
Yeah,
throwing
I
until they're
have-
out of range.
I have
Gotcha.
120 feet of Eldritch Blast, so you tell me, bro.
Okay.
How far up are they?
They're 5 feet. They're hovering.
5 feet. Damn. Hey. Yeah, I'm we're gonna try to punch him and see what that does.
Alrighty. Each of you,
Each
go
of
ahead
you.
and make me an attack roll, as if you were attacking a creature.
Ooh.
Sure.
All of my attacks are just one.
An attack roll, just one.
And
And
Unnatural 20.
because of fucking course, 13.
13.
13. So 13s don't end up hitting the half plate, unfortunately. That unnatural 20. You
Is there-
sink the sword chucks into the half plate armor,
I hate that the sword checks are the things that were working.
and your Eye of Shar shimmers again. You've pierced this dark veil, but it still surrounds, and as it pierces, it sinks around where the blade is, and into the armor again. You can see it actually starting to grow more dark. No one else is able to see this, mind you. This is only
Mhm.
Akaku.
Mhm.
And as it spreads out, you pull the blade out. It slowly just becomes more dark. You have for sure injured the armor, but it still has that the necessity to float. It still resists any sort of way of going back.
And this was with both blades, or the dark side or the light side?
I would say with both. You would
Okay.
hit it with both, and it would do the same.
Did it at all react to the light side at all compared to the dark side?
It did react a little differently. The light hit it, and then there was a breach of light, but the darkness then consumed that again.
Got it. Got it.
And you slowly watch as this armor sails off into the distance, very strangely.
What direction? is
It
going
it
towards?
floats northwest in this direction,
Oh.
kind of a little bit towards Baldur's Gate, but it's just mostly going this way. Over the river northwest. That's
Oh. Hmm. You know what? Idea, my friends. So, the book describes some sassy bitches. Uh, both kind of being opposites of each other. If one were to, you know, make connections, use their brains a little bit, First implications, if they're going somewhere that's not populated, clearly they're not set to destroy. But what if they're going to someone?
Or
Maybe
something.
something to do with this book. I would advise that you give it a read without saying anything out loud, because that's apparently dangerous. Uh,
Confirmed.
but I think this is something we should not necessarily destroy, but maybe follow? Question mark. Thoughts?
Potentially. Can Akaku take the book first?
Oh, by all means.
Oh, sweet. All right, so she's gonna grab the book, give it a read.
You flip through it, and you do notice the differences with the odd pages being Solthun, even pages being Utrama. And each page, even though it says Solthun Utrama, you do notice that the depictions of the gods are all different mortals at one point. It's like halfway through the book, and then it starts becoming different people each time.
Interesting, interesting. Am I able to draw any comparisons to potentially the people or anything that I know?
You would know that the reason why the gods change in that last half of the book is due to the godhood being passed down to mortals now. The
Mhm.
power of being a god now being transferred back and forth through mortal. But the interesting connection is they still use this Solthun Utramo just during when they have a single figure in that first half.
Okay.
So it's possible this entity was a single and then was cast down either through being just torn out of godhood or possibly even killed, as the Sea of Falling Stars insinuates.
Gotcha.
It
Go ahead.
You do roughly know that northwest is towards the Sea of Falling Stars, so that is possibly your best guess.
And with that, I will relay this information over to Rista and Willy. Man, I'm not used to that name. And let them know that the Sea of Falling Stars is most probably where this is going.
Beautiful, my friends. Look at that. We were made to be a team. I don't know about you, little one. You seem to have indifferent opinions, but I think we are all genius.
I am just trying to keep us all alive, well, and fed.
It's fine. We aren't gonna die. Are you kidding
Vince,
me?
could you
Yes.
roll me a flat d20, please?
I absolutely can.
Fucking
Full
just
time
dies.
Oh, well, I hate
think of
that die.
death.
It's a 12.
It's good enough. Something calls you back into the fortress, and you go into the corridor in which Willy went down, and actually, that is your bounty that you two were after. This is the murderer who has been eluding you since Dragon Keep.
This motherfucker. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch him.
He is
Exactly how I found him.
a very slender human, bald-headed, but crazed tattoos etched all amongst him. Anything from abyssal to demonic, devil, and then the glaring one is the back of his head, the six-pointed sun star of.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell how he died?
Go ahead and roll medicine.
He's basically the D&D version of Victor
10.
Victor's Zaz.
10. You understand that
Next.
there is a blood clot somewhere within his body.
His penis.
But
Shut the fuck up. God damn it.
Got a
but
Willy.
that doesn't
Why do
explain
you do that?
the blackened eyes that he has.
Oh. Shit.
I'm gonna shotgun for
Is there
boner pills.
any piece of jewelry that he's known to carry, any kind of distinguishing mark that I can take with me as proof that he's dead?
Yes, he has a necklace of a few different religious symbols. The main ones, of course, being the Morning Lord, but then the odder ones being more demonic. Sorry, not demonic, more devilish, fiendish in nature. Along the
Interesting.
lines of shut up. Along the lines of Asmodeus, Zariel, and the other archdevils.
Oh, Asmodeus, you say?
Hmm.
Hate it.
I can pull out that music again.
No.
Oh, I can too.
Alright,
Don't
so I'm
worry.
gonna make notes on everything that I can. Take another quick look around the room, see if there's anything else of interest before I leave.
Give me one more investigation roll with advantage.
Well, one of those was an at one, so 18.
Ooh.
Saved my ass.
You notice that the brazier is marked with that Utrama symbol, the very simple circular figure. Whereas,
Interesting.
yeah, the rest of the symbolism around the room is a six-rayed sun. And as you inspect the suns on the wall, one of them stands out as there appears to be one inky blotch coming out from it. Like from the very center of the sun where it stands on the wall, it looks like an ink pen is bleeding through on the other side. It kind of
That's
drips down.
interesting. How far away are the others?
I would say unless they would like to be in the fortress, they would just be at the entrance, and you're in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how far?
Not far. The whole building is like 100 feet. It's a castle, but it's within my own mind eye, so I'm not gonna fucking. Shouting distance. Are you looking for shouting distance? Is that
Well, I was more looking for telepathy distance, but
not fingering
After-
distance?
I have to be able to see somebody to be able to do that. So
You say fingering distance?
I
Yes.
swear to God.
Mm.
Well,
Hey, he said it. I'm pointing it out.
how curious and how cautious am I? That's a nat one. All right, I'm throwing a psychic blade into the wall,
Oh. Just right where the ink blot is?
just straight in the center of the ink block.
Roll me perception in this dimly lit room.
Mm-hmm. 12.
You watch as from your spectral blade, it dissipates as after a second or two after it hits, and the ink blot begins to grow. The silence. You watch as after that happens, multiple ink blots begin to.
I'm getting out of this room. I'm booking it.
As you book it to the entrance, both Willy and Akaku look at you strangely. But then they.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
You probably will not believe me, but I have finally done something that you would do. And I'm pointing at Akaku.
As he's doing this, you barely see the ink kind of falling from the ceiling like a liquid. Very
And that is the
viscous in
result.
nature.
I think we should leave. I think we should leave now.
Let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
gonna book it, book it, book it, book it, book it.
Can I shut the door?
I'm sorry.
Can I shut the door?
Absolutely.
And hope that doesn't cause problems.
As you shut the door and begin to walk away, you look back and the door is beginning to be covered in ink. And
This is some
slowly,
Wheel of Time shit, and I don't like it.
the entire building becomes the sickened black color if you stood there and watched it for about 5 minutes. It is like someone completely filled in everything in MS Paint.
Well, if we're far enough away, I'm going to tell Akaku. Well, I have the good news and I have the bad news.
What's the bad news?
The bad news is, and I flip open the notebook to the sketch of the guy. This was our bounty, and he is inside that mess.
Oh, and good news?
The good news is, and I dig out those religious pendants, I have proof that he is dead.
Then what the hell is that news? As she points over to the friggin' black building.
I'm going to go with worse news. We should probably run.
African American building. Thank you.
Thank you, Draven.
I knew you were
said
gonna
it was
say it.
equivalent to somebody filling in a picture with MS on MS Paint, right?
Yes.
Building.jpg.
And with that, Akaku's gonna pick up Rista and book.
Okay.
From that point on, you two would end
Wait.
up just natural. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Where are
I don't
you
wanna
picking
ruin
me up? What is your walking speed?
30 feet.
Motherfucker, I'm faster than you.
I don't care.
But how faster?
Barely faster,
I'm,
35.
I'm more athletic than you, dude.
Can I pick up the little one? Because I'm 45.
God damn it.
I'll put him in a pouch and it's a deal.
Fucking upside down, feet kicking real fast.
If he takes a feat, he can put him in a pouch.
No
What?
shot.
Think I know my next feat.
There's a feat for that?
Yep.
God damn it.
Can
I
we do
love
it
my
for flavor
home.
this time?
No.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
God,
Alright, throw him in as a Joey. He's a Joey, let's go. Kangaroo?
Joey Jimmy. Is that going to be another Jimmy in your game? Just Joey.
No, Vic is Joey. Rista's Joey.
I hate this. I hate all of it.
If you introduce
Oh, it's
a pet,
great.
Okay, look.
Over time,
if you introduce a pet to me, I will. You sure as hell know I'm naming it Jimmy.
Can I just say that I'm glad Bender's recording all of this?
so you make it back to
Look,
I
bro,
need to
Istriel.
hear
just wanna
Jay
sleep.
screaming in the background.
Eventually, you three would end up going your separate paths. Willy having to go back to the Monastery of Suppression, and whereas you two would go on to complete your bounty and go on to find many more. And that is where we move on to the town of the north, Mirabar, heart of artificery, where there is a fairy dragon off within the hilltops, collecting minerals and herbs and spices
And everything nice.
for a local vendor.
You dumb shit.
What do you mean, you dumb shit?
Everybody knows
I'd
you
buy
shouldn't go off
any
in
chance.
any mountains alone.
Could I by
Oh,
any chance go
it
to
is.
sleep and watch the bod later?
Absolutely. Dio,
Yes,
I thank
Dio.
you for being here.
I think our portion is done.
Yeah, no, you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
No,
Yeah, I
because
think
worry.
you've
it's 12.
I think you've suffered
It's
enough.
12:30. It's 12:37. As much as I want to stay up longer, I know that
to bed.
at some point my dad might hear me and yell at me, and I'd rather not have to yell
Dude.
at somebody at 1 in the morning.
Bro,
So,
I feel you. Dude, I'm just happy you were here for that. I thank you
Hey.
immensely.
thank you for having me. I wish I could stay longer, but I can't. So
Don't worry.
You'll-
It's only the beginning.
You will be able to watch the entirety of Mind and Nex's prologue as well as the rest of this.
also, do I need to take off a square for my divine sense in the end, or is it okay?
No. This is just
Okay.
prologue stuff. You don't need to worry.
Sweet. Okay.
You
Thank
will
you, everybody, for
definitely have
having
had
me.
a long rest since then.
Okay.
2
I know.
years without a
Listen,
long rest.
I'll show you a long
Jeez,
list.
imagine.
Alrighty.
Anyway,
So,
thank you.
bye,
see
Dio.
Good night.
Night. So
See,
yeah.
I feel like wizards have just adapted the polyphasic sleeping schedule. I mean, not wizards, warlocks, because they fear a long rest.
I need to take a nap pretty soon too, because I got plans around 4 a.m. So
You go ahead. I
Congrats.
thank you.
I'm going to pop in to the other voice chat real quick. You guys, never mind. Oh yeah, they're still there. Good. You guys have a good night. I will catch up later.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well,
Right.
my
Night.
bald-headed friend.
Bye bye.
God damn it.
I just realized I have 5 languages, and my sorcery ability gives me like another 3.
God. Anyway,
Four
Should be
legs,
knowing
take that.
everybody.
fuck being bilingual. You're all lingual.
I mean, so do I, but I also have wings.
Well, if you would like, we could start off in the streets of Mirabar, heart of artificery, and you are getting ready to go up into the spine of the world, the mountain ranges, in order to collect the minerals and herbs for where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Grandmother Bruana. Bruana. That is the old woman who has taken a liking to you and is allowed to help.
Absolutely. Well, Lady Brianna?
Oh, dearie!
So adorable.
Very, very old, like classic grandmother, like Muriel look.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing kind of like the grandmother from Rapunzel before she turned evil looking.
Yes.
What do you have for me today?
Oh, dearie, big art of spring roots and other the works really. It's going in and out. She's scratching her head, looking through the notes. Roll me perception.
Regular.
Roll me perception real quick. Roll me perception real quick.
That's a natural 20 for 24.
Oh shit, son!
I want to say that's the first net 20.
I think so.
It is.
Of course it would be fucking Shay.
You notice that the list is not very long, and when she flips over, there's nothing on the other one. And she's very nervous, just trying to come up with something. It appears that business is not particularly well today, as it has not been for the last few months. People are starting to move over from an alchemist sort of point of view into an artificery point of view.
So it's less nature materials and more metal materials and mineral materials for.
She's trying to get that going, but she's very frail and has been doing alchemy for quite some time. Now she's trying to develop an alchemy artificery.
Old dog trying to learn new tricks is a little difficult for her.
Exactly.
I'll take a look at her for a second.
You tell that she's quite tired.
You said she's trying to make alchemy artificery?
Alchemicery.
Yeah, that's not an old dog trying to learn new tricks. That's like an old dog trying to say, fuck you, I make my own tricks.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
That's what Dell did. Kind
of. I'm going to make sure that she can't go anywhere out of sorts, and then I'm just going to breathe a puff of euphoric breath at her.
Alrighty. I believe that is the save.
A wisdom save.
Boop. Catches her off guard, but she does fall under the effects of the euphoric breath. Just very, it's lovely weather there today.
It's an amazingly pleasant smell, attuned to whoever smells it. So it brings back memories of reminiscence, and you're kind of lost in a memory for a little bit, but it brings a lot of joy. It's
gingerbread.
A joyful confusion.
Oh, my little auntie. She like bends down to attempt to squeeze cheeks, but she's squeezing a chair. Like pinching a chair, the back end.
At this point, I will nab the note, pocket it, and get out of dodge for the herbs on the list. And I think I'll probably also try looking for a few minerals and gems and anything that I can find in the spine that's just easy to grab to help her a little bit more.
While you were out within the streets of Mirabar, there is a very familiar figure that you have seen looming around. That is quite new. You've lived in Mirabar most of your life, but this is unlike anything you've really seen. Rumors of mechanical men do come from Eberron, but this is the first that you've ever seen one. Hiss, if you would like to describe a little bit of yourself and what you might be doing within the streets of.
I need to know where in the timeline this is for me.
This is after you've split from Dell. This is when.
Oh, this is immediately after?
Not necessarily immediately, but close enough to immediate.
Couple days.
Call it a month or two.
Oh, that's plenty of time for him to look the way I want him to. You see a surprisingly tall robot, very intimidating face, dressed like a bounty hunter with what you can only guess is a skull hanging from his hip.
Interesting. Is there anything that's kind of just like dangling off?
A skull.
Other than the skull? I'm looking for like anything that's like glinty or something that can be used for like artificing or something like
Leg.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm
His
confused.
leg. Shiny leg.
Oh.
What do you
I
mean
don't-
it's shiny? They're covered.
He's still got shiny bits somewhere. I don't know.
His face is shiny.
Okay. I'm assuming at this point I realized there's nothing on this guy that's useful to me at this current point. However,
If anything, there is indication that if you cross him, you're going to end up like that skull.
understood. However, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? I'm going to use minor illusion on him as I'm just passing by overhead. I'm just gonna create the minor illusion of just a bird poop piece drops out of the air and just lands on his forehead as I'm going by.
So you see the shadow fall, and you brace for the plop. Nothing comes.
Would like to look up where it came from.
You watch as this. Well, hold on. You watch as there is a flock of birds flying above, higher, and then there is the fairy dragon that sails over.
How high above me is this fairy dragon?
I'd say roughly
Rough-
45.
Probably about 25 feet.
Okay.
Okay, not within reaching distance.
No, and I am going pretty fast. My flying speed is 35 feet. This was just a passing interest, but I'm also once I'm starting to gain enough speed and getting into the mode of it, I am going to be using the tempestuous magic from my Heart of the Storm and influencing the 100-foot radius sphere around me and making the wind blow in the same direction I'm traveling to make it easier for me to fly and faster.
I dig it.
And so I'll start speeding up and you'll see this thing just and the wind just starts down below me.
Gradually, slowly getting faster and faster.
Hmm.
As you reach the spine of the world, go ahead and roll me survival. See how well
Is that
you
plus
find
one?
minerals. Dell, it is about midday. Or sorry, not Dell. We'll get to you in a second.
That is a 13.
13.
So
Sorry.
that's the wrong character.
Hiss, if there is anything that you could think of that you would like to do, is about midday within Mirabar. Whether it be like looking for work or
The last time I saw something interesting like this, I had to rip its head off. I'm following.
okay. So you're following.
I don't care
the
how
egg,
fast this thing goes, I'll find it eventually.
I will have you roll survival as well to track it down.
Interesting.
You actually may. I think you can roll with advantage because I think he's a fey creature. and I
It's in the
believe-
name,
am.
Fairy Dragon.
Yeah,
Well, I
am
know,
a
but
Fey dragon.
yeah, but that with your blood hunter stuff, you'd be able to roll with advantage. I believe, if I remember correctly.
That's an 11.
That's interesting. Are you trying to hide your tracks or move to make sure you're not like
Actually, my creature type is dragon, not fairy.
Oh. See? You see?
Well, you already told me to roll with advantage, so I did. You can't take it
Well,
back.
Well, you rolled an 11, so it still works. I would say that you would be able to not keep pace. You would be able to fall behind him about 15 minutes ish. And so you'd be able to eventually find and track him along the way. With the minerals, you managed to find quite a few gemstones, 2 rubies and sapphire. You've dived into an abandoned dwarven mine. It appears there was quite a few stuff that they just ended up leaving. Unsure why. Herbs, you're able to find most of the herbs on the list. The other one is an Arctic creeper, and that would be closer towards the border of the Ten Republic, which is north of the spine of the world. It tends to get a bit more hairy up there due to its intense climate and unruly, more just unruly creatures, both the kingdom of the Goliaths and just trolls, other things.
Just the marauding creatures.
It is the Wild West of Faerun. The Ten Republic only recently came back into a circulation of trade due to an unknown train that came back online, but they officially said, no, we're not a part of the Lord's Alliance. We're not technically a part of your Faerun Alliance. We are our own sanction. So it is getting hairy.
We are us, leave us be.
Exactly.
I just realized, for Shay's sake, I should probably post up what his actually looks like in D&D.
Interesting.
Hiss, you've been tracking this fairy dragon. You've now only just now reached the point to where it's stood still long enough that you've been able to pinpoint exactly where it is. Please roll me stealth.
I'm
Because
gonna
I would
roll.
imagine.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
You want me to roll? Oh boy, I have to roll with disadvantage on account of my armor.
I'm only taking into account that you probably don't want to be seen.
That's a
Oh.
3, Chief.
You have been seen. There is no need for a perception check. There is clearly a large automaton watching you, Ebdram.
So, on instinct, I am going to go ahead and use the fairy dragon magic and go invisible.
Oh, that solves it. Suddenly the fairy dragon is invisible. Hiss.
Just and it's gone.
1 minute there, 1 minute gone.
Let me see here. So it just disappeared from where it was standing, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Huh. You do realize no matter how much you hide, I can still find you, right?
And I'm going to attempt to stealthily fly away.
Do so with advantage. Dal, you can roll perception with disadvantage.
That is a
Hit.
22 from the advantage.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
Well,
That's 19 plus 3.
Jesus Christ. Well, I
Did you roll a
roll it
one?
with advantage because of one of my class things, so I just roll straight. It's a 16 plus 4 for a 20.
You do not see the fairy dragon. You do see a rustling of leaves and other moss within the spine of the world. You have an idea of where it might be going, but you have no idea where it is. Do you have any particular direction, Evdram, or are you just trying to get away?
I'm heading back to town.
Fair enough. Heading back to town. Still trying to track him. They're next.
Always.
Always. Go ahead and roll me another survival. It will be against the 24.
That's flat because it's a dragon. That's 5.
You managed to make it back into the center of town where you were first shown off to the world, and you have lost him in the crowd. It is much too much noise, too many bodies.
Say some
And
hunter you are.
I like to imagine that you have simply flown upwards, Shay.
Yeah. I've flown up. I've dropped off my component bag full of the items that she needed, and then picked up the. So what I usually do is I'll drop off a component bag and pick up a free one, so that she just has the components that she needs, and I still have my other bag.
Okay. Alrighty. So you make it back. I believe by now the euphoria
And
would
this is
wear
me.
off.
I'll put it in the.
The post. Post do you?
Oh, that's you. Oh,
That's me.
tiny.
Tiny boy. So, you bring back the materials. Oh dear, I'm so thankful. I never would be able to survive if it was just me out here collecting these.
Well, I know you try your best, so I think somebody else would try their best for you as well.
Indeed, indeed. And she reaches in. I've made lunch for you, and it's more dinner, but it's still food. And she sets
Yeah.
the plate out on the banister next to the windowsill.
All right, and I will go ahead and curl up around it and just start nibbling through it.
I will throw back to Hiss real quick. For backstory, and within the few months that you have been within Mirabar, they have had an increasing vampire problem. You took care of the one, and then 2 more showed up, directly attacking you, and now you are proceeding more investigations into it.
Yep, been looking into that real closely.
So go ahead and roll me survival with advantage. A lot of survival rolls. That's survival.
16.
16. Upon you go back to the instance when you were attacked by the 2 vampires. It was within a alleyway behind one of the main taverns in Mirabar. Rickety Stool.
Okay.
And you start retracing your steps and thinking, okay, vampires here, going across rooftops, where did they begin? And you lead yourself back to, or you follow the trail of darkness that you keep ended up finding. And you find a small hideout where they were. It looks no bigger than a normal, standard, common dwelling. And it is very discerning because the house gives a very home family sort of vibe. There are pictures on the wall that don't relate to the vampires in question. you still being somewhat new to the world, it doesn't quite make sense why they would live somewhere where they don't live, but you end up putting the dots together eventually. Could you please roll me Arcana with advantage?
Arcana with advantage, you say?
Yes, good sir.
Oh shit!
I'm worried because you have a +5.
That's 23 because I got an 18.
Whew. Examining the rubbish on the floor and everything else that is strewn about this place, they have completely torn it apart. But you do find multiple vials of potionery. This potionery appears to be disguised as a standard health potion, but you can see the remnants of the magic within it, and there is something dark and sinister that seeps underneath this health potion. It does indeed look like blood, but there's something else to it that you can't quite put your finger on.
Hmm. Well, they won't be needing this. I'll be pocketing that for now.
A glass vial half full of bad potion.
Gonna add that custom item bad potion.
Yep, please do. I'm gonna make a band. It's gonna be bad potion. So yes, you have found the bad potion. There are a few alchemists within Mirabar that are local. That is most likely where it could have come from.
I know where the clearest one is, or the closest one is.
The closest one is Runny Nose Almanac. Run by a dwarven man, usually who tries to keep everything upkeep nice and clean. Very high strung. It is like the middle of the night right now.
It's probably closed.
Very much so closed.
Do I know of one that might be open this late?
You do. There is, of course, for my notes, they're everywhere. Grandmother Bruderhans, the herb and mineral declaré. She doesn't commonly use health potions, nor makes them, but she's usually up throughout the night. She might have a thing or two with the potions and might be able to tell you what you have.
I'm heading that way. Don't care how long it takes me to get there.
It's just on the other side of town. It's no big deal. I imagine Shay's somewhat asleep from the meal as you begin to enter. She's still up late working on different potionery. Oh, come in, come in. Yes, hello, dearie. What can I offer you today? Grandmother Brune at your service.
I'm actually wondering if you can identify what's in this, and he holds up the vial.
Well, hand it here to Granny.
Hands it over.
She examines it closely. It appears to be a health potion, but you have something else in there. And she pulls magnifying glasses closer to her and starts flicking through each of them individually. The last one she flicks down is clearly etched in runic and has a magical hum to it. As she's staring into it, she gets closer to the magnifying glass until her glasses end up hitting the magnifying. Oh boy. That is, yes, that is most certainly blood of some kind. I'm not sure of whose, but it is much darker than any blood I've seen. Did not have this was an open bottle. All right. Well, yeah. Yes, it appears that someone has decided to put their own blood in that, and you should definitely not drink it wherever it came from, as you will probably catch something or other. Can you please roll me perception real quick?
Perception.
Perception.
I forget what gave me advantage on that. I think it's
It would
fighter.
probably be fighter. What?
Fighter gave me advantage. I have advantage on so many skill rolls.
On
Holy
checks
shit!
that-
Natural 20 for 24.
You have advantage on checks that rely on hearing or smell within heightened senses. Was a perception. Yep. No. Where's your fighter? Yeah, that's just heightened senses. No, that's wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, that's all you get. The fuck, you're a gunslinger. You don't get no wisdom.
It says fighter perception.
What the? What? Fighter perception?
Nags made a broken character.
No, you have proficiency in perception, dumbass. You have advantage because
Motherfucker,
of your...
it is 3 in the morning.
I know. You have advantage because of your blood hunter shit.
Well, regardless, even with the advantage, that was the first die that hit.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. You notice that the glass she is holding is oddly familiar to the glasses that are hung about within her room. I would imagine during the small conversation, Shay would lowly be awake at some point. If you choose to be fully awake, it's up to you. It's nothing big, just another customer inside. He does look vaguely familiar, but you may or may not put your finger on it. That is up to you.
Is he glinty still?
I'd say he's still, like, within the correct light and angle, he's still a bit glinty.
Go ahead and inspect him again and make sure he's not doing anything untoward to Granny.
Okay. So you begin faking sleep and just watching this creature who's entered. But yes, the vials are vaguely similar to the ones on her shelves, scattered.
He'll just, you know. Sure, you've heard of the trouble going on in town as of recent.
Yes, the filthy vampires everywhere. I do not know where they come from. I mean, really, who has all that time to suck down all this blood? She's kind of setting the vial down, pushing it back towards you, and then grabbing some other equipment that she was working with before you came to the door.
Do I get any weird vibes from her?
Nothing with your senses go off about her. Roll me Arcana real quick.
Arcana.
Arcana.
I genuinely forget what gave me advantage on this.
Probably more blood hunter shit. That is where all of your advantage comes from.
Is that actually where all my fucking advantage comes from?
Yes, because it is advantage to recall information about Fae, Fiends, or Undead. Hunter's Bane.
Damn, there it is.
Yeah, you click on it and it tells you.
Oh no, that's just wisdom checks. Or survival checks, sorry. Oh, okay, intelligence ability check. So am I rolling flat then?
Yes, one roll.
Okay. That's a 19 plus 5, 24.
Fair enough. You notice that that same lingering darkness that you've seen on the other vampires lingers within this room, but not as intensely. It might be a frequent spot that it is visited.
I know. I would assume I know what vampires are capable of by this point,
You would have a fair knowledge, yes.
and how persuasive they can be.
Okay. Would you like to roll insight?
I would love to roll insight, please. That's an 8.
To your knowledge, people are still new. You can't tell right or wrong. Your choice is your own.
I have like their appearances, right? Or what? Or was I jumped?
You were jumped, but you took care of those two. There are still more that come through.
Do they all
Currently,
tend to
you're-
look the same?
Roughly still that pale elven look, but some of them do differentiate, and some are like half orcs, some are humanoid, but it's all humanoid and roughly about the same.
Ma'am, I'll level with you. Have you seen anyone that looks a little odd, even for this town?
I have only just now noticed that you turned on the voice googlation. You go,
And you fail.
Strange that no, I guess we are getting a lot of new faces since the artificery, but no, no one that you would describe as vampiric. Shay, could you roll me history real quick?
Absolutely. Oh,
This
that's
is
a
going well.
7.
That's a 7.
That's a 7.
Um,
Oh boy.
you're in that same boat with her. It's a little. You do have some suspicions about a few people who might be vampiric, but you can't be too sure.
Yeah, this is not ringing any bells for me on who exactly. But I'm gonna keep quiet because I've seen him, man. I saw him in the forest, and he's weird to me. So I'm not gonna draw attention just yet. But I'm gonna be prepared in case something does happen.
Alrighty.
I mean, after getting his answer, he'll just nod and just
Appreciate your time, ma'am.
and start heading out, and then stop, turn back around.
Actually, I don't suppose you've seen something about yay high, about the size of a bird.
Uh. Oh. Oh, why, yes, of course. It's my Ebrin. My lovely helper, the fairy dragon.
It's a Ebdrim.
Edrin.
So Ebdram, but it's Ebdrim.
Eddie boy.
Damn it.
Ebdram.
I believe in you,
That
Dragon.
I'll
that
figure it
would explain the mountaintop.
Why, did he cause you some trouble?
For if we're someone who's affiliated with someone so lovely such as yourself, very suspicious acting.
I take offense to that.
I take it. I hear that at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
Immediately looking that way.
And just out the windowsill, sitting on a little tree, you see fairy dragon.
I am not suspicious. I have been here for years.
Everything's breaking. Hang on.
I imagine it's just blue screen error inside his head.
No, there's just one more.
No.
There's just one more. We're almost done.
I need to restart voice, but hang on.
No.
Give me like 2 minutes. Give me not even 2 minutes. Give me less than a minute.
We're a lot less done than I think.
Got some beautiful singing, Jaden.
Pussy.
Took a turn. A turn that I was not suspecting.
See?
Pussy.
And I would appreciate it.
Pussy, pussy.
Never
pussy,
never
pussy.
put in effort for character voice.
Pussy, pussy, pussy.
Just don't do it. All right.
Did you see the effort I went into? I went through like 16 voices in one.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but
No,
he's
I-
using illegal Russian software bought off the dark web.
Oh.
Motherfucker, I paid $20 for this license.
You paid $20 for that shit and it still broke?
It's Windows 11, dude. It's not even the software. It's Windows 11.
Ooh.
So, just fucking dragon taking offense, right?
Yes.
I can take offense.
You're the one who decided to hide and run.
What do you think? I'm in the spine of a world. I see the strange. I don't even know what you are. Strange being approaching and saying, I can't hide from you. I fucking dare you.
He gestures to the skull.
Do you not realize I'm the man who killed one of the first vampires in this town?
Am I a vampire? No. Is she a vampire? No.
If he couldn't hide from me, what makes you think you can?
I already did so.
You got lucky, is what happened.
Do you want to get lucky? And at this point, the spines on my back are just kind of like flaring up and just starting to rattle a little bit. Do you want to feel lucky?
You felt lucky, punk.
He's going to sigh and just turn to the woman.
I'm sure you'd much prefer if we took this outside if this is going to happen, ma'am.
Preferably.
With that, he steps outside.
And if you would kindly fuck off, and I am going to banish you.
I forget what save that is, but that's a
That
save.
is a charisma saving throw.
That's a charisma saving throw.
You want a charisma save? Oh boy. That's a
I just think about
17.
it.
Ah, it doesn't work. It's a 16 to save.
So you
Dude.
feel the conjuring banishment overwhelm you, and then it dissipates.
Just gonna fold his arms, and if he had an eyebrow, he'd raise it like really.
I'm not saying anything at this point.
Is that the best you can do?
I don't want to fight, but I'd rather have you go away, and that's the best bet.
You're the one starting the fight.
Ooh.
I have done nothing but be kind to the lovely patron of your establishment.
And then threatened her gatherer.
You fired first. I just fired back.
Then I guess we'll leave it at that. And I will turn around, climb up the tree, and disappear.
All right.
What the fuck just happened?
I
don't
love
know.
I love
have
Shay's
no
character
fucking
so
clue.
much.
He's such a little shit, and I love it.
I hate it. You're gonna be a whole problem.
I don't even know what happened.
So, is this tree part of the shop?
I would say so. Yeah. Not
How
like a
much?
part of it, but on property.
It's gonna just peer in the door.
Ma'am, does this tree mean much to you?
Well, it's lovely decor. I believe I planted it 100 odd years ago.
Don't do it.
He's tempted, but
You're gonna start it. You're gonna
As
start a
temp-
fight.
as
Don't do
temp-
it.
As tempted as I am, I will not do what I wish I could. You have
Oh?
yourself a lovely night, and he will head out.
Oh, good night, dearie. What was that about?
I don't know.
you are so lucky, Shay. For your information, I was about to Tasha's caustic brew that tree and melt it to the ground.
Oh, I was gonna throw it at you with catapult then. Just fucking launch it.
Night turns to day. New dawn.
Uh,
Before Granny sends you out, there are quite a few customers that come through. Please roll me perception, Shay.
right.
Boy, is it
That
Bender's turn?
is 12.
Oh, hello there.
Nope, not yet.
Okay, I'll go back to being quiet.
Sorry, Bender. You do notice quite a few. One familiar face, but quite a few come through. The main familiar one is the same man who's been coming by for quite a few months now. That same order, about 4 vials of health potions, all with unique ingredient, to make them more potent. Granny happily does it because he pays top dollar for it. But now with the Warforged man coming in and asking questions that he did, it has definitely caught your eye a bit more. And with your perception, you can see that he is using something to either block the sun or completely, or a spell effect of some kind, because the sun does not. He winces, but he's obviously way too pale for not to be in the sun, and his whole demeanor is just not inviting.
See. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
You do notice, as you detect magic, that there is some sort of spell effect on him, but he doesn't appear to be casting a spell. You don't see any form of connection between the spell and him. It is just something that is on him.
I'm also gonna make sure that there's nothing going on with Granny.
Granny seems fine. It doesn't appear that he is using a charm effect.
Well, I will just keep observation.
Deal goes down as it always has within the last few months. He orders his brews. She hands it to him. He's on his way, almost all the same. And he leaves the shop.
Can I make note of his name? I think he's used his name
Absolutely.
probably.
Absolutely. He is using the name Ethereum Dravad.
You would go with that?
How? Oh, I was literally looking at my name tag, like last name, last name, last name. Ah.
That is.
Aha! I have found the last name.
Okay.
Yes.
I am gonna go ahead and do my normal run that she gives me for the day, but I'm going to keep an eye out for the shiny metal man
Gotcha.
on my way.
He does care. I almost fucking fairy dragon. My brain immediately goes, "Oh, it's got to be like a she." No, it's a he.
Yeah,
Because he's a little shit.
he is a little shit. He is chaotic as fuck.
Nags, look who's playing him.
It is a chaotic good creature.
I would assume upon your way out of Mirabar, you would end up seeing the shiny metal man.
On the way
Oh, without a
past him,
doubt.
I'm going to point at him and cast message.
Aren't you like 7 feet tall?
I think I'm
Max?
6'10".
Yeah, so 7 foot. We round up in this house.
No, that's if he's.
Ah,
He's basically 7 foot. Sure.
yes, basically.
I'll cast message at him, and in his ears he'll hear the probable name is Ethereum Travad. And then I'll keep going.
Immediately upon hearing that and recognizing the voice, looks up to see if he can catch anything that isn't a bird.
This time at about 100 feet in the air, you see him.
He'll just nod and then head for the tavern.
Alrighty. You head for the tavern. Go ahead and roll me. Are you trying to remain stealthy? You just
No.
listen out? No, I figured not.
No, it's a fucking tavern. Why would I stealth my way in?
I was talking about whatever you planned on doing. I assumed eavesdrop.
Oh no.
No? Okay. So you enter, what the fuck was the name again? Rusty Stool? Wiggly Stool? Something Stool? Rickety Stool. There it is. Rickety Stool. Wander into the Rickety Stool. It is still, just about 10 o'clock our time. A fair amount of people in there, not too many.
Immediately go up to the barkeep.
This is a half-orc man who has been there for quite some time, has almost full set of Wolverine's sideburns, just puffed out just a little bit more. More like a Mr. Gibbs rather than a Wolverine. His name...
Oh.
Huh?
His name.
His name is Madrid.
Madrid. I probably would have picked that up given the few months I've been in town.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I gave you his name.
Am I familiar? When I say
You're
familiar, not do I know him or know of him, do I know him?
You're familiar with him, yes, and you know him to a rough extent.
Guess he'll just walk up and nod and just.
Ah, yes, you old bastard.
Nice to see you again, Madrid.
So what
Looking
you
for
learn
someone.
today? Oh, looking.
Name's Ethereum Dravad. I have suspicions he might be procuring things from one of the many alchemists in town.
You know that name does sound. God damn it! You're making me go southern. That name does sound a tad bit familiar. God, it's like picking at a piece of gamey meat with an ice pick. I Name's familiar, but I can't tell you when I've heard it. If it's definitely been within the last few weeks.
Any idea what they might look like?
Oh, jeez. So many people come in. My best guess, with a name like Therium, say he's an elven bunch, still keeping his daddy's name. As far as I would go, say he's, yes, elven, but if he's someone you're looking for, I'd say go to the poorer end of town and search around the slums there. And most likely you'll find the miscreant you're looking for. Especially if he's peddling anything that's alchemical. Most of the junkies down there will take anything.
Of course, he'd be looking to find someone to get their fix.
Dad, he'll just nod, slide over a couple gold for the information.
Besides gold off the table into his hand. I
And
know you
he'll,
don't eat, but can't fill you up, can I? I don't even know what you run on.
we never established what does he run on.
He runs on magic. The liquidized form of magic.
Not sure you care what I run on, but I appreciate the offer.
What, no vegetable oil? Seemed like making bargain with that, making tons of you just with a bunch of carrots.
He'd just chuckle because I can't imagine what it would actually sound like with the voice changer on. And just start heading out, and before tapping the skull, it's still attached to his belt.
Just so we're clear, most of them do look elven. Not all of them, unfortunately, but where's the fun in the chase?
And then head out.
Shay, by this time, I would say you've gotten most of your herbaries and what you would need, and you would be heading
All right.
back towards town. You haven't seen the metal man yet when you were flying through. You managed to drop everything off over at Granny's. And she sets you up with another meal.
All right, I'll go ahead and eat that. And then I'll do a quick fly around and see if I see him again. And if it looks like he's still looking around, I may do something.
I would say, yeah, you would end up flying over about the time when Hiss makes it to the slum end of the district.
And he looks like he's doing a search.
I'd say
Yeah.
so. Unless
Yeah.
unless he says otherwise.
All right. As he's passing through a little bit of a quiet, deserted area, I'll use minor illusion to make an image of the man's face in front of him as he's walking.
A very pristine, regal-looking elven man shimmers in front of you for a quick second. Hiss.
Without even looking up, he'll nod.
I keep Granny safe. It's a vampire survive. Fucking
Go ahead and roll investigation or perception with advantage.
Investigation or perception with advantage.
Yes.
And I believe I'm aware that it's actually. I have the assumption, so I wouldn't get advantage for that. I'm just getting advantage because you want to give me advantage on this.
You have advantage because you know his face and you're literally hunting an undead creature.
14.
14. Oh, is 14 your final answer? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was waiting for another number. 14. You do manage to see the same face bending down, handing vials to a bunch of leopards on one corner of the street.
Does he just look helpful, or is there
He has a
malicious
very
intent?
he has a very sinister smile. You naturally see the veil of darkness that is threaded through the crowd, encapsulating him, similar to the first vampire you slew.
Okay. Well, given because I remember during Hiss's backstory, you pointed out gun. Hiss would have ended up picking up one of those
Yeah.
and integrating it into himself.
Okay.
If fucking Shay's watching, he's just gonna see the hand kind of shift for a couple minutes, and then a gun barrel is gonna fucking stick out, and he's gonna pop a shot at this motherfucker.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Interesting. At the same time this happens, I'll pop Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on him.
Ooh. What is that? Strength save?
It is a Strength 16 save. I choose a 5-foot square of unoccupied space on the ground. I can see a medium hand made from compacted soil rises there and reaches for one creature you can see within 5 feet. It takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is restrained.
Oh, I got a 3 on the die, so go ahead and roll the damage. Well, technically it's not. Basically,
Oh.
you, through your efforts combined, you would end up taking down this
That's
vampire with relative ease.
9 bludgeoning damage.
God.
Yeah, I got an 18 to hit. Do you still want me to roll damage?
No. We aren't going to go
Okay.
damage HP.
It is
for
just
backstory.
his feet get locked, and as he's shifting back,
The feet get locked as he is shifting from the Warforge, aiming the handgun at him. Ha 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 ha. And at that moment, after a quick tussle, you end up slaying the vampire. You now have the option of another skull or multiple.
Oh, I am dragging this corpse back to the town square,
Alrighty.
assuming I can.
Oh yeah, no, I mean nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, no, he's gonna hold it up and just.
I'm sure we all know what's been going on in town for a little bit.
So before you continue making this large speech, currently it is still the dead of night, and there are 8 people
okay.
in the square. Uh,
You said it changed today.
yes, night turned to day, and then you did your investigation. I just didn't say that it turned to night. That was my bad.
Okay, fine.
yes, drag
You
it
know
to the
what? Yeah,
guards then.
I'll decapitate the corpse, but I'll prop it up in the town square with a fun little note with a snake insignia on it saying, "This is what happens when leeches come to town." And the body will be holding its half of a head in its own hands.
Alrighty.
I'm glad I have God Shattering Star playing quietly in the background. This is amazing.
So with that, I think we've established a connection between you two and Marabar for a bit. I do want to
Yeah.
dive down. Baldur's Gate.
Is it my turn?
It is both you and Alex's turn, yeah.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
So, within Baldur's Gate, the busy streets and murder capital of Faerun, Del, you have been sent here to facilitate the festivals of the winter solstice, the day of Ariel, as some call it. So far, you've been here for about 5 days to get settled. They gave you quarters and everything else. You have your shiny new gun and your mini homunculus that transforms, your eldritch homunculus. I don't know what else to call it. Sits on your shoulder and rapidly darts back and forth.
It's like a little monkey.
Monkey with
Somebody say
wings.
monkey.
Yeah.
You filthy monkey.
While you are going through your rounds between the streets of Baldur's, an Osnu, a very rare race, mostly encapsulated throughout Eberron, is belligerently drunk. Alex, there is no need for you to roll. You are absolutely fucking shit-faced. Fucking out of your mind. Go crazy. Go stupid.
Yeah, baby.
That is, so from the tavern inside, you see the Bloody Knife Tavern. All you hear is a large Osnu. Yeah, baby.
Having a good time.
Yeah. You hear a party going on from inside the Bloody Knife. You're currently just doing your rounds, making sure everything's just nice and safe within the town of Alders. Safe is a relative term, but it is still there.
I'd be dancing on the tables.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a strength save real quick.
A strength save. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
That is a 19, sir.
In your you've learned how to do quite a few dances involving your tail, kind of like a Russian kick, right? But you use the tail. You while you're on the table, you use the kick and you use the tail for balance. Your tail goes through the center of the table.
Oh.
And you don't care. You continue. You put like 3 holes in this table with your tail alone.
Hell yeah.
A lot of yelling then comes your way. This dwarven man, very gray skin, is just yelling. You're too drunk to really understand him.
Understandable.
It's mostly just I'm not table. Broke.
Listen, man, I don't know what you want from me. I'm having a great time. And it seems to me you trying to impose on that.
Care what you want. You're gonna pay for this goddamn table.
I don't understand what you're saying, I'm be honest. But what I'm assuming you're saying is how much good of a dancer I am. And that
No,
I would say you're correct.
You big
I continue to
footed.
dance.
God damn it! Get off the table. Pay me now. You're not worth more than a dragon shit.
Let me tell you something about dragons. I understood that. I'm gonna hold bottle in one hand. I'm put my arm around his shoulder. I'm just gonna blast all the drunken breath I can right into his face. You know,
Oh no! He
Did you
literally
know
did
I
the
was
dragon's breath. Ugh.
Did you know I was a dragon? I could see it now. I put my hand out, kind of describing a picture. Well, picture this, right? We'll picture this. Blue skies. And peace among all types of townspeople. And all of a sudden, there was this big old, just ginormous, so elegant, so God damn, beautiful. It was a big old red dragon soaring through the sky. Nothing to impede it, nothing to stop it. Oh, it was a sight to see.
He's
Me being such.
crying at the fact that you're just breathing into his face.
Did I ever tell you I used to eat boar ass? What a good meat to eat. I could go on and tell you about it, but I'll save that conversation for another time. If you would be
Uh,
so kind, sir, to let me continue my dancing.
I would
Join-
As
say bye now after hearing the first big commotion. Dell has walked in the front door.
Del, you notice that most of the commotion is around this very drunken Asu, the kangaroo race. Squatting down to this dwarf and just into his face.
Oh God.
You hear him shouting about how he used to be a dragon and going on about how he's been in this giant detailed fight in Neverwinter.
Right. Does the I'm assuming this is the bartender, right? The dwarf.
Bartender's dwarf, yeah.
Does he see
Very.
me enter?
Oh, he's like signaling you, trying to get you to get the fucking kangaroo out of his face.
Okay. I'll make my way over towards them to do
Thank
just.
Jesus. Go on, take him out of here. I don't have the time or the muscle in order to deal with him.
All right. You come with me. Let's go.
What what am I looking at? What
About a
Oh, you
3 foot black kobold with a very sporadic uh, automaton slash monculus running around on his shoulders.
You say you're 3 foot?
But so.
Now, aren't you the coolest little guy I've ever seen in my entire damn journey? What is your name, good sir?
Well, my name's Dale, and I happen to be one of the officers in the town, and barkeep here is asking me to remove you.
Nah. Me and barkeeper buddy. Put my arms around his shoulder again. Me and barkeeper buddies. We're having a great time. Is that right, barkeep? Nah, it doesn't matter what his answer is. I'm having a great time.
Please,
Now you can
please
join in too.
get him out of here. I've heard enough of the dragon stories coming from the kangaroo. I'd understand if it was the dragonborn, but no, frankly, I just can't take it. It's the inaccuracies that he's talking about.
Alright, I'll.
After you damn inaccuracies, you son of a biscuit. You don't know what power I possess. I'm tired.
It's almost over, I promise.
Oh, I meant in game tired.
Oh, okay.
Draven, I forgot to ask you this. Could I say, my little homunculus, I gave him just a powerful enough little shocking device?
I don't think we went over it, but for right now, I wouldn't say no.
Okay, it's because there's a reason why he's called Jolt.
I see. Yeah, we can flavor that being his.
Just a little,
his
little
Eldritch Cannon,
taser. Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
little taser. Just boop.
So
All right, come on now.
You get violently booped.
Well, no. It's I'm gonna ask it right. We can either leave now. You can leave nicely, or we can do this the hard way.
Easy way or the hard way? I like the sound of both. I'm pretty much honest with you there. But I can understand people don't accept my story. That's fine. You guys are just two simple to even grasp the concept of me being a dragon. That's okay. I will gladly follow you, good sir, wherever you so desire to take me.
I just escort him outside. Say you can't stay here. You can go wherever you want though. Just can't stay here.
I can go anywhere you say. Just not
That
here, right?
not anywhere, but you
Hmm.
just can't stay here.
The cold air meets your face as you're escorted outside the bloody knife. The light hint of snow on the cobbled ground, kids running by. A lot of people setting up for the coming up festival of the winter solstice.
Ah, what can you tell me about this festival, good patron sir?
Draven, what do I know about the festival?
the the solstice festival is usually a remembrance day for Ariel, the goddess of the moon and snow. The Ice Maiden, as some people call them. A lot of people, especially down in Boulders, have taken this, instead of it being a worshiping time, it is a time of remembrance, much like Christmas, but more so just on the family side of things. Winter is a very harsh thing in Faerun,
Mhm.
and so they use this time to just get together and just enjoy what time they have.
Okay. Yeah, I'd basically just explain it like that, but in a dumbed down version, because I could tell he can't fully comprehend, being as drunk as he is.
I appreciate your words, good sir. What are you? What kind of guard are you? You just a guard? What, what are you doing? Who are you?
Draven, what's my official title?
You are officially a guard of the Lord's Alliance.
Okay.
You are much more than just that, as you know, as you have, you're cleared for artificery inventions and enforcement and riot gear and other things like that. But you're a part of the Lord's Alliance.
Okay. I'm just a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Wow, someone's got a pretty nice big old title over his shoulders. That's something else. Now, what if I told you that I also work for the same people? Hmm?
Would I know this? Can I?
Uh, would you like to roll
I
investigation?
say sure. Yeah, it's either that, or can I tell he's just spouting bullshit because he's drunk?
That is up to you. Either investigation or insight.
Okay, that's better. I'm actually rolling on D&D Beyond because I don't have my dice out. I'm definitely doing investigation because I have a +7 of that. Oh, it's chugging. Oh shit,
Oh, she chugging.
he is chugging.
Chugga. Go dice, go.
Oh my god. Okay, 18 total. Wow, that took a hot second.
With your 18, you do a quick up and down, and nothing about his clothing says that he is a part of any sort of official guardsman. There's no armor, there's no weaponry, no nothing. He's dressed as a goddamn monk. He's just wearing robes, and he's wrapped his fists up. The only way you're able to tell that he's not spouting bullshit is that he does have a small guardsman badge kind of clipped to his side
hmm
next to like his coin pouch and his other necessities that he may need throughout his travel.
Like a fake mall cop.
It's kind of what it is compared to like the
Fake
actual
monk.
sigils embroidered on the armor. It's pretty much like a plastic little fucking toy mall
It's
cop
it's
badge.
it's the fake plastic badges that police officers hand to children.
Exactly.
But it's the actual thing.
I see. I see you're looking me up and down. I know I'm pretty fine looking little kangaroo, but let me assure you, my words somewhat hold merit. I'm not per se completely with your little shindig you got going on, but I can guarantee you, I'm muscle. I will whoop ass if I need to whoop ass. Don't let my drunken appearance fool you. I'm a master at my craft.
Little bit of spittle comes up with every one of those.
Brr.
There's a reason I don't need weapons. You see these hands? You can catch these hands only if you cross me.
Catch a breath mint, you bum. One
Who done
guy
said that?
walking past.
Hey, you want a piece of me? You son of a bitch! I will beat you with just my tail. Get a fucking haircut, you goddamn hippie. Fucking nerve of these people.
Say, to
Like
get a
this.
better understanding, Alex, you could, picture I put in D&D is what you're kind of looking at. Besides, minus the gun.
Oh. Oh my goodness, my friend. Hey, why does everyone look so fucking cool? What the shit?
The hell?
What the damn hell?
Boy.
No,
Okay, sorry, repeat what you said.
I was talking shit to a random passerby.
Okay.
Told me to take a breath mint. I told him to get a haircut, damn hippie.
Alright, now let's
Let
not
me.
start harassing people. Come on.
Nah, it's fine. I'm a gentle soul. It's okay. But let me ask you a question. Can you please explain to me what in the blue hell am I here for?
No.
I'm like I said, I'm hired muscle, but if you need hired muscle, oh, what's happening?
What's happening? Would I know why he's in town or no?
Same reason
Same
as you.
reason? Okay.
Same reason as you.
We're just here for protection, guard work, right?
But I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and get real close to him, making sure my breath doesn't completely get into his face. But you see, but why the protection? That's the real question. What are we protecting? Why are we protecting?
Well, from what I understand, this seems to be a pretty crime-heavy place, and we're here to protect those who can't protect themselves.
And that's, my friend, is the answer that I am here for. To
You are
protect those that can't protect themselves.
so fucking sloshed. First, you didn't know why you were here. Like, yes,
I don't
that is
give a
why
shit.
I'm
It's
here.
my job now.
I will take up the mantle.
He is the Dark Knight.
Nice. Now, what can you tell me about crime, the bad people? So I'll be honest. My last encounter went got a little crazy, but I didn't get no action. You know what I'm saying? Wing, wing, nudge, nudge. None of that. I'm looking for some action. Damn it! And if I'm paid to be here, I want some damn action. So, knowing what you know about this place, because you seem to know a lot about this place, where can one such as myself find action?
Just gotta listen out. It probably won't take long.
Why, because of my big ears? Is that why you say you gotta listen out?
No, no, no. Remember what I said? This is a pretty crime-heavy place. It's it's not long before anything happens.
You're fine. It's called messing with you, my friend. I know why I'm here. I know where I need to be.
Do you?
Is it
Shut
to
up.
you?
I just wanted to get the lay of the people that serve the people. And you seem like a nice guy to serve these people. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Well, if you would excuse me, I'm gonna go find some ass to whoop. Maybe eat a little bit, but we're gonna whoop first.
Just don't get into trouble, please.
I'm gonna start walking away laughing. I, I was born for trouble, my friend.
I think he was born just troubled. Oh, dude. All right. I should put a foot in it now, otherwise we're gonna keep going for another
Probably.
fucking hour.
And that is the end of our prologue.
It is 2 a.m.
Yep.
I want to thank you all for being here.
That was phenomenal.
Yep. There is
Very
one thing
happy.
I need to add. Nags, when Haste is going through Dell's stuff in the carriage, would he like look through like everything?
Define everything.
Like notes, luggage, stuff like that? Like everything.
Notes.
Notes? Or how about like equipment?
Second, he figured out how it works through the notes. Yeah.
Okay. In one of those chests, he would have found a key hidden with the end that is it kind of has like a spider webby pattern with a spider
Yeah.
in the center of it.
Uh-huh.
That's all you get to know.
Can I have that
Yeah.
key?
No.
Nex is raging at my
I
at
want
my
that.
numbers.
And no, you're not allowed to have the key.
I want that key.
Nah.
Give me that
That
key.
key is integral to my story.
Give me that key. It's my key now.
And nah, you
I
can fuck off.
control your story.
So give me that damn key. I want that damn key.
He never would have
Ah.
let you had taken the key.
Oh, why is there so much bore ass? I'm gonna go to sleep dreaming of just.
All right,
ass
that's
in
the end.
book.
That's the prologue.
I need to remember that I only get advantage against undead and fiends and what the fuck was the last one? Hang on.
Fae,
Fae.
fiends, undead.
Fae fiends undead. I need to remember that.
I think abjurations are in there as well.
FFU.
If you just click on the advantage, it'll tell you at the very top.
No, I know.
No, but I need to remember.
No, I know. But I'm not always gonna remember to click that, so I just need to remember what the advantage is for.
Oh, I was wrong. Fae, fiend, undead. Okay.
Yeah, I need to remember it's Fae fiends undead.
Abjurations is paladin one.
Draven is about to pass the fuck out.
Possibly, but I have work tomorrow, so I probably should.
Oh, fun.
Fucking same.
Fuck yeah, bro! What
I'm
time?
Alright, let's end this
Fucking
before y'all
yay.
start doing shit.
Yeah!
Hey, listen. I take my shits in private, damn it.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Thank
Jeremy, do you
Alrighty.
want to do your little sign off?
No, not doing a sign off.
Okay.
This isn't a stream. He doesn't need to do a sign off.
I
Okay,
don't need
well,
to do anything.
I'll
Did you
sign
sign
off.
off
This
like
this
that?
has been your friendly black man of the group, Darnell, otherwise known as Willy. 3 legs. Remember that. That's 3 legs. Plus my name is Willy. That counts for my Willy. So 4 legs. I'm good playing with y'all. And I hope to eat more boar ass. Not borax, but boar ass.
We'll see everyone
Yeah.
when we start campaign proper.
Oh, what a time it'll be.
Yep.